How's everybody? Just waiting for Giddy and Bills to come in. How are you, mate? Just waiting for Bills and Giddy. Giddy's supposed to come in about 1:15, and Bills should be Bills should be coming in about 1:15. How are you, Patricia? Just waiting for the rest of the crowd to come in. What's the story, Paul? No, jeez, it's too bleeding hot, isn't it, Paul? I walked down to Dundrum today. I had to get down to the bank and get a few bank statements printed out. But I went walking down to Dundrum, so it was a couple of miles down. Say about two miles or something down the road. And I tell you, my head was, my forehead, the water was, the sweat was dripping off my head. I had to sit in the shade for about half an hour to cool down. Can't deal with the sun. What's the story? Any sign you're there now? What's the story, Jono? How you search it?
Mousy, can you still hear me?
Say again?
Hello? Can you still hear me, yeah?
Yeah, but I don't know what the story is with this, man. It's very fucking low. I've got my volume all the way up. Sweating my balls off, yeah. I know, Paul, but you know yourself, Jesus Christ. We're Irish. We're struggling. I only have two giddies here.
Because I signed it twice. Kick one out. Kick the top one out.
Yeah, it's still.
Now that's
I
better,
don't know
isn't
what the story is, my volume, man. Let me try
it? Are you
to
using
it
a
out
fancy mic?
I know, I have it here. So it's out. Go on. Go on. Every foreigner is out tonight, Lee. That's why, John, I was just saying to get here on all these foreigners must have brought the weather with them. Okay, hell.
Good evening, everybody.
We're just waiting for
Getting
people to come in as
worse tomorrow, aren't we? Why are we still echoing?
I can't hear an echo.
I can't. Hold on a second. Gonna come back out of this. Right, gonna jump out. I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, put the link back in there. There's another protest, Paul, on Saturday. I don't know. I think Michelle King called it outside the GPO. 12 o'clock. I'll be going in myself. And then I'll be going to the one on Tuesday. The camp out. But I won't be camping out. You in there now? So which one are you getting?
It's going
Is it working now?
I don't know why it's doing this.
Is it still doing it?
Yeah.
Right there. See that's there? I'll just mute this person here. Kick from studio. Right. Is it working now?
Yeah, that's more like it. I think I can hear now. Yeah, better now, isn't it? Can you hear me?
There was two kiddies up there in the guest, you know, they ready to jump into the box.
That's what I'm saying. It double clicked me or something like that.
I'd be in Limerick. What's happening in Limerick? Being brown, she's a brown and Irish, Irish torn and brown. Yeah, yeah. Jesus, I'll tell you, I was going to get torn and black today. Getting burnt.
Well,
What's the
I'm
story,
going to
Frank?
get. I'm
What
going
is
to go
it?
and get my council house on Monday.
A council
It
house.
should be dark enough to get one. You all right, Frank? What's the story?
Not for me, sorry. She wants rid of our constitution. She's fallen annoying Mary Peel. Then we need a new constitution. How are you, Kathleen? You know me, Paul. I go in there as a journalist. I try just to highlight everything, all the stuff that's going on in Ireland, not just about immigration, homelessness, politics, all that.
I sent this out to the bills for that fella, and he's not even in yet.
Who's that?
Yeah. You're very low as well, yeah, Elsie.
My volume's all up to the top.
I don't know. It sounds very low. Did you hear about
Yeah,
Off?
about,
Yeah, it's a small
no, I didn't
place.
hear about. No, it didn't be.
I'm only messing, but it is a small place, awfully.
Is that you, Bridget? Yeah. B, as in B. How are you, Michael?
You all right, Michael? How are you?
Come on, the boots, lad.
Is he in?
No, we don't know. I see
Has he
who's in
touched
there.
grass? Yeah,
No, we're
I'm
off just
intrigued to
carrying
know
on in
what happened
ourselves.
in Offaly now. Just waiting till a few people get in because
What
I
happened
want
in
to talk
Offaly
about
anyway?
you. What?
I'm just asking B, what happened in Offaly anyway? What happened?
Have you got your speaker right in front of you, Nosy?
Yeah. I have it here right in front of me. You not hear me now? I have to pick up the
It's
fucking
very,
phone here in
very
front
low.
of me. Can you not still hear me here?
I can make out what you're saying, but you're very low.
But man, I can't fucking put it any closer to me mouth, man.
You got to shout.
The phone's right in front of me mouth here.
It just sounds very low. That's all. Don't know if
Can
anybody else
everybody
is.
else hear me in the comments? Can people hear me in the comments? I haven't a clue now. LBKO. Every loggery. Yeah, laughing at us every bleeding day. Just listen to them on the phone, on the bus. Every doing it. Sound is
Look at the
fine.
daisies.
See, B is saying everybody's saying the sound is fine, Giddy. I don't know what the story is.
Yeah, I just think it's between the two of us where we're up on stage. To get me,
I can hear you perfect. And everybody else
Boots,
can hear
where
me
are you?
perfect.
We don't know where Boots is hiding. I think he's touching grass.
Every lady there
Uh,
touching
sound
grass.
is good. Yeah. You all right, Lady Bear? How are you?
Touching cloth.
No, you know what they say, touching grass, don't they? Get your ass near up to the ground. Touching grass. Yeah, so we're going to talk about the protest just gone to stop all the muzzies coming down into where the GPO was. Very proud day for the Irish people, I think, personally. One battle won.
Definitely.
There's always a delay with the laptop when live. Is that what you're on, Lady Bear? A laptop while you're doing this, yeah?
There's always a delay with the laptops. Well, I'm on the phone, lady. I'm using the phone here to use live. So I don't get it. Why it's not. People, you can't
I
hear
think
me,
we're
Giddy.
probably better off to use our PC or something like that, which I'm weak.
I haven't sussed it out yet, man. There's some people, I know I'm on YouTube, but over the year. I still haven't sussed it out, man. I haven't gone into my PC and used it properly to use YouTube. Because everything seems to be on the phone. You can get it all on the phone, man. You can edit on the phone. You can do everything.
Busy room
That's the
tonight, it
story.
seems.
YouTube is great. What'd you say?
Seems to be busy enough tonight, doesn't it?
Hey, Rumble. Yeah, there's a few in. Just waiting on the bill start to come in now. Yeah, everybody can hear me loud and clear, man. How are you, Rizlet?
Kathleen can hear you loud and clear, Mousy.
Loud and clear. Good evening.
Some of these bleeding names, Rumble for us again. Like, what the fuck?
So,
Paddy McFoyle, good evening.
what about waiting on Bill to come in? What's been going on the TikTok? You can tell everybody. You want to fill them all in.
On the TikTok?
What's been happening? Yeah, between black men and Irish people on TikTok.
Right, so the black people that are on TikTok are starting to think that they built our country, and they're saying that the Irish never built nothing, that they came and built their country up. That we all know that they're trying to antagonise, and we know that they're trying to push it out that, to cause trouble. But also, they have a gang of lads that are going up on live in Black Brigham and saying that they're asking people to come up there and have a fight with them. That they're waiting for all the white people to come up and they're going to sort it all out and going to start overtaking places and areas and stuff like that.
But hasn't it got so bad on TikTok that people now are talking about unaliving themselves?
Yeah, I was going to get to that. So we had a traveller girl, won't mention her name. Basically, they bring her up onto the live. All she was trying to do was defend her culture and who she is. And yeah, she has children to a black man, but that doesn't mean you can be bullied. Do you know what I mean? And they bullied her something rotten, and she unfortunately tried to take her life. And not a lot of people are very happy about it. And on 2 occasions now, they've tried to do this to this girl by messenger and coaxing her back in.
They're bullying all women. That's why I find TikTok, as I said, it's toxic talk, man. It's TikToxic. It is. It's 100% toxic,
At
man.
least with this, you can talk. You know what I mean? You can talk calmly and relax. Do you know what I mean?
You have sensible people in here, man. That intelligent people. There's people that know what's going on in the country. A lot of people in these comments, man, they know what's going on. They're smart enough to know what's going on. Everybody.
Riz, that's what I'm saying. We want to get them out, but the behaviour is disgusting, Rumble. Like, if you heard some of the stuff that they're saying about like, we're being called crackers, they think that they're overtaking us. They really actually believe that they're going to turn all our estates into black-owned domed estates, as they put it. They're going to dome us all in.
They're putting out threats in my life as well because now they're saying to me, Mousy, you won't see it coming. It's just going to come for you, Mousy, and we're going to get you, and you won't even know. You won't even see it coming. That's what they're telling me.
I was thinking of just getting a bucket somehow, like an AI bucket that you put a
I would
pound in
rather.
for every time that I get a threat. Because I love the threats I do, but never seem to get anybody that meets me. I'm a bit saddened by it, actually.
So, Mr. T, what did he say last night? He says he wants to get you in the
He's
boxing
training
ring.
to do a boxing match with me.
Oh, Jesus, I don't know.
I find that hilarious. Like, I am a fat cunt, as people know.
You smart
But
people in the chat and me. Yeah, Frank.
at the end of the day, I've got about nearly 10 years of boxing behind me. But so be it if anybody wants to have a boxing match with me.
Yeah, I'll
A
be
fair
honest with
daddy
you.
old glove. I'd have a bit. I'd do it for charity, actually. Put
But you
Cannon
see
in the
me,
ring.
but you
Put
see
Cannon,
me, man.
Triple D,
I stay
and
away from all
Mr.
that
T.
drama.
No, I put the three of them in the ring with me, Mousy, for a, do you know, like a fucking, what do you call it? A charity match. Goes to, Temple Street Hospital or something like that. I'd love that.
I said it to them. I said it to them in the comments. I says, why don't you fight them for charity? Mr.
No
T
one will
obviously
touch
didn't look
you.
at the counts. Chasing on Irish and an electric bike. A few minutes ago. I have footage and all. What was he doing, John? You know? You civilized folk in here, I mean. Yeah. No, but I have to say, people in YouTube that they're more, I don't know, they're not people for looking for arguments. I found that TikTok very
We try
drama.
to talk about normal, everyday things that affect our country on here. Good, decent language coming from people. Do you know what I mean? But obviously over that side on TikTok, like to be fair, I was taking a walking away from both because it sometimes does get on you and you don't really realise it because you get out, you do whatever you can to try to have your country, but at the same time, you get put down by people on a constant basis, like lefties especially getting up on your back and making it
Yeah.
sound like that you're, what you call it, fucking some mad fucking Nazi or something like that, and you're not.
I know, but you're going to let them
My
win. Sure, man,
video shorts, my son
they have,
lasted last toy box. I will have a
they
MMM
have
fighter.
websites, man. They have websites, you know what I mean, with my fucking name and my picture and my address, the whole fucking lot up there, man.
Fair play to you, Rumble. Keep up with
It's
it.
not going to stop me doing what I'm doing.
I wish I had kept up with it myself, to be fair. I'm not short of going on the bag, to be fair. Can last about 5 or 6 minutes on the bag. All out.
Paddy the Panda. Don't know who that is, Paddy the Panda.
Paddy the Panda. Who said that? Who mentioned that?
Frank. Frank said he was Paddy the Panda. I
Paddy
heard
the Panda is a
JPF.
lefty. Paddy the Panda is a NGO for Shinner. Uh, Definitely a fucking maggot if there was ever one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lady Bear, 100%. YouTube was much
I'm
better
actually getting
platform.
what you call it, kind of getting used to this, Lady Bear. So from Monday next week, we're going to be doing 1 hour, 3 times, probably 4 times a week now on here, and kind of building up the channel and getting people in, and we'll be telling you about what the goings on is in Dublin and what's going on. We'll be rearranging it obviously for copyright reasons and things like that, but the real kind of McCoy of what's going on.
Just the daily news and stuff like that. No, when we do log in, it'll be the
Irish were
daily
never
news.
crackers. What are Africans that are Scottish, Irish, those crackers. Yeah, I get
Like,
what you're
you're
saying,
not missing
KO.
anything at all. 100% you're
But
not missing it.
this is what I'm saying about these uneducated fucking idiots that are over there. Like, I don't really want to be bringing them onto this or bringing them into this because they're like a bad rash. They just don't go away. You know what I mean?
The only one, man, as I said to you, I think I was telling you last night and start then, is Maeve. Maeve is the only lefty on TikTok that I actually like because she does speak sense. And she's not actually a lefty. She's not really a lefty. She's more
Sugar,
in the
I
middle
can hear
somewhere.
you loud and clear. You T-shirt would be with you and your logos on it. Huh? Did I read that wrong or something, Mousy?
Teachers would be what your logos on them. I know what she's trying to say anyway.
Yeah, we are going to do logos. Mousy has his professional, what do you call it, mic now. So next time that we go to the actual protests, which will be literally next week, we'll be doing actual real live interviews with people through Trigger Podcast and for basically everybody to see. So do tune in because we'll be asking the real questions of the people who are planning and camping out. Uh, Hopefully we'll get some,
Yeah,
roughly some feathers.
Paul, it's not about views. It's getting more people into the platform. That's what it is to me. Get more people to listen. You know yourself, Paul. When I started out this, there was fucking barely any people doing this. Yourself, Suzanne, a couple of others that I met, I still talk to today. And South Dublin says no. ICT. There's a couple of groups that were going. Other than that, now the whole since I've started now, I've just noticed over the months that it's actually exploding now. We're talking about 100,000 people hitting the streets. It's
John O
just it's
Crypto
gone
does
mental.
lives 24/7 and see what's on the streets.
For you,
So,
for local
John O,
youth.
you're 24/7 on live on YouTube. Some battery life, to be fair. Like, yeah, we're just going to start bringing by bit for you. For look, um, we're going to be like, start bringing it to the people to show them what's going on. We're going to do a bit more lively, as in go to these places and talk to people that are migrants and so on, and people that are out fighting for the cause, and get the opinions of the actual Irish people of this country. We'd probably be walking through Grafton Street, just stopping people randomly and asking them what they think of what's going on in the country, and various other questions. But like from next week, like I say, we'll be probably more determined to come on here a bit longer. 2 or 3, 4 hours probably a week on here, because we have other things to be doing as well in our lives, including this. So we can't really dedicate too much time into it just yet. But we're working on it.
Should have tried a decade ago and joined me and the lads when we went out on the anti-Islam demo in Dublin. 100 versus 1,500 communists, Muslims.
I love that Rumple. I know exactly what you mean. I actually do like that. It's not, put it this way, Rumple, it's not illegal to wear hand wraps to look after the old knuckles. Do you know what I mean?
We thought of that ourselves, John, at one stage. Now to me and Giddy, we were going to document Dundrum Mental Asylum, where the iPass centre is, and stay in the car and actually film them from the car for overnight kind of thing. We were thinking of doing something like that.
Just to see what way these places they'll be running, because obviously there's not somebody there 24/7. And we were looking at, being little spies, if you like to call it, and see what's going on exactly in these places. If we could somehow mount into these places, we would. If the gates weren't in the way, we just walk straight in and, have a little waltz around, we would. We might be actually doing that in the future somewhere, but not going to
The only
divulge
problem is,
where.
man. The only problem is now, man, that they're trying to lock people up now for trespass. You know yourself. People are being up in court now for trespass. I came close myself, man. You know where they were saying the guy, they were saying, Mousy, the stupid fucker, is using his real name. We're going to his house too. They never came to my house, but they were
Rumble,
threatening.
I like what you're saying. I actually do. My sort of lad, 100%. But I have to keep it nice and tidy and clean on here, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm exactly that sort of person. I won't walk away. I'll stand my ground. Doesn't matter who it is.
Yeah, Ross is in court soon. Yeah, get out and spot him.
That's right. Big heat wave on the way. We're already getting the parts of it, but we just coping with it. We'll be whinging for rain soon.
Jeez, man, I was whinging for rain today, man. I had to sit in the shade for half an hour, cool down
Ross
for what?
LaHave
Let the was
is in
back.
court soon. Uh, all right, hold on. Ross LaHave is in court soon. Get out and support him. Uh, can you explain a little bit more, Rumble?
Politician he is.
Who, Ross is?
Yeah.
And what did he do? What supposedly did he do wrong?
Uh, Must be a for assault. Ross LaHave has been handed down a 3-month jail sentence at Tralee District Court this afternoon for his part in disrupting the drag story event. There you go. Locklee's probably explaining it there, is it?
Yeah, just see what I mean. so many things hidden away from the public eye.
It was Irish People Party
Ah,
candidate.
I know what you're talking about now. The guy that went in, in the library. Get you now. For now, yeah, get you.
Every day. What's the story date? I put out the link there if anybody wants to come up because I'm not sure what the story is with Boots. Is he coming in?
He should be. I sent that over onto his actual thing.
It's called Cork.
Tralee
Yeah,
next, he's up in. Yeah, but
truly, yeah.
yeah, I know what you're talking about, Rumpel. Fair balls from. Yeah, I know what you're talking about exactly. That's when they went and barged their way into the library. And all the fucking trannies were sitting there with the kids. I remember exactly what you're talking about. When you,
They're saying here the judge said the man has steadfastly maintained he did nothing wrong. And he says there's no room for a suspended sentence. Like they're putting it down as there was a threat to 6 and 7-year-olds in the library that day.
Ross has been with Andy Hesman, highlighting, that crap. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, Paul. That's gone back quite a bit now, and I have to take my hat off to them. Fair fucking balls, and that might be a big tip, but he done more than most. He doesn't deserve it. Well, nobody deserves it. That's trying to protect children, of course. In my eyes, he's done a fucking right job. He should have gotten a pat on the back.
That might be so big tips, but he done more than most. Maybe
Man,
a chick
you what?
just on the chick 1690 there. She'd just be in Geode's. Remember Geode was Tanya from Manchester?
Yeah, yeah.
Geode's lawyer. Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out where is she? What's she called?
Irish, what's it called? Ice shirt chick, is it?
Oh,
Irish shirt
Aisha
chick?
chick.
Yeah,
Aisha
Irish shirt
chick.
chick.
Aisha chick.
1690, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, got it.
Every truck right past is not Irish, I say that much. Yeah, it's the same in Dublin. Every half the people you see here, especially in the city centre. City
You
centre is
spoke
full
to
of
me
them.
on TikTok, Aisha chick. Was it on my live? Do you go by a different name?
She spoke to you before, did she?
Yeah, yeah.
Partly to the right. I just everyone should try.
Oh, it's like, yeah. I know who you are now.
I actually I want to try to arrange. Now, remember you were showing me the you can go the city under the city.
Yes, that's down by
Yeah.
Smithfield Market. Well, the old Smithfield Market is there. There's a little box in the middle of the ground there that you can just down you go and you go under the city. You there, Mouse?
You probably have to arrange that, would you?
I think you have to do so, yeah.
I might try talk to somebody and see if I can arrange to get down there. If he would.
Does Jude come into yours? Does he come into the
He
live?
does, yeah. He does come to. Comes into the mouse. I don't know about this one. Does he know about this one? I haven't a clue. But he definitely comes into the mousey one, yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
Mouse.
you
What I'm
also
going to
want
do
to take
is I'm going to
all
just
the
jump
stuff
out
you
here
do.
real quickly and see where Boots has gone. Yeah, I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah.
I'll show
Go over
you
it.
a link when I come back.
Yeah, go over it.
Right, give me 2 seconds.
Right, go on. You also want to take all the stuff. That's a fucking disgrace, lady of art, they do. They're successful in removing all them. It's like I was on And I think it was on TikTok during the night. And I was going through Google. I was saying to Giddy, I need to get a few facts on this, what your man's saying here. So I went back into Google. I was just checking a few things. And next minute, this thing popped up about my own estate, across the road from my estate, that they're successful in those 73 apartments that they're going to build. Yeah, they're at the passing it, even though the local priest, and local businesses and all the local people got out and tried to stop it, they still went ahead with it. Here's Boots now. He's had to go looking for you.
Why not? I just jumped in there.
He'll be sending you a message. Where is he?
The second I went into the link on the StreamYard, that's you coming on. We're on YouTube.
I was just saying to people there that I was going to shoot. I was on a live during the night, just looking for a few facts, on Google. And next minute, this thing popped up about my own estate, and I say, so I started getting across the road from my estate. So I started getting interested in reading that, and I was like, they're at getting successful in that, even though the local priest, all the local people around those apartments, and then all the local businesses, they got out and tried to stop it, and they still went ahead with it, the council. So they're still going to build those 73 apartments there. And it's going to be I think, personally, it's for people from that Ballyogan iPass Centre. And the women that are already in there, there's 20 women that are supposed to be in there.
I think when the majority of these apartments open up, they're going to stuff all these into the apartments, and then they're going to blitz this country with a lot more. Remember, they didn't want the hard border. They didn't want a hard border on Ireland. This is punishment for that.
Yeah, as you say, I said there's no bleeding borders in Ireland at all. They can just drive straight down. All the illegals as well. Most of them that do come down from the north are illegal. You know what I mean? They're not coming into the right passages and all that kind of stuff. And people say,
you know what? When you hear them talking, sorry, Bousy, go ahead.
Hey, go on.
When you hear them talking online, like you hear the same sob stories that they'd be given the immigration and all. Like Tasha seemed to know her stuff and how to walk her way around it earlier on. Did you hear her talking about it? No. She was saying, the vet coming in. Like we know for the fact, and she knew for a very long time that we were arguing against the unvetted. Yeah. And she was all for the unvetted. She didn't give a fuck. But then today, all of a sudden, she knew how the system worked and all.
And is she saying that they're not unvetted?
She's saying that they're not. Because some lefty come onto the oak earlier on, the fucking usual fucking had a bleeding scarf on them. And you're saying and all that, the far right are racist out there and all, and they don't give these people a chance. I'm like, are you fucking serious? Another fucking lefty up here. They get into fucking power. We've seen exactly what they wanted to push on everybody. Like, they got in on the backs of the water charges, right? People respected them because they were speaking out. They had a voice. They had movements. They had a plan, for organising marches and all. They did prove to be a good fucking league, to be a good side. Everybody was like, right, I'm jumping on board with these because these want basically what we want. And when they got into power and they start getting hired, like going up in the oak, the things they were pushing on people, they don't believe in borders whatsoever. They think like, bring down the castle walls and let whatever in. Whoever dies, dies. You know what I mean? Like they had a good run. That's a hippies mentality. Do you know what I mean? They don't give two fucks.
But they're living here, man. No, I was watching this documentary where this fella was over in Egypt, and he's going around. He's saying, "Let's see how much €10 gets me. Let's see how far gets €10 gets me through the whole day." He goes in, man. He orders fucking sandwiches. Like 5 sandwiches was 16p. That's all it was, 16 pence.
Okay, wow. That's a bit. That's a pan of fucking bread.
Yeah, a pair of runners is about the same price as sliced pan. That's what it is in Egypt. A pair of runners is about £3.50 for a pair of runners, and it's the top. No, obviously they're fake, but they're top of the range. All the fucking Nike and all that kind of stuff.
I wouldn't buy any of that shit because they have no rubber soles on them. You know, they don't get much rain. You wear them things over here in a rainy day, you'll know all about it.
Yeah.
No, they do. They soak up. They literally said the hole underneath them.
Is Giddy back in there, Jerry? Do you see him?
John Crypto, let's go to Egypt. So, how long do you reckon we'd last if we were all loads of Irish would start migrating? Say about
But this is what
100,000 Irish
no, but
just
this is what I'm
rolled
saying.
into
Like now,
Egypt over the matter of 6 months.
the people that are from Egypt and they're coming over here and they're earning €600 a week. You can imagine if they do move back, how long they're going to live on that money. That money
The
would
sooner
last them fucking
the
lifetime.
sooner the people understand that the government are literally punishing them. They're not doing what they are supposed to be doing, is looking after the Irish people. They've already, right, so when you get old, the state is meant to say, right, well, look, you contributed with your work and all, and get,
Yeah,
like, you know, set up a fucking a thing. If you have no family, you get looked after. And we heard Leo, when Leo was out saying, like, that's nothing got to do with us. Do you know what I
yeah.
mean? Why do we have to look after? Why does the government have to look after is our elderly? And I'm like, because that's how the line works. You know, we look after our elderly after what they done for us in their younger years. I only pray to God somebody does it for me. If I reach that fucking age, I'm not like
Sure,
put
sure.
down already.
Sure, in the UK, they were given the choice, weren't they? They were saying you either take the heating allowance or you take the food allowance. Have you heard that?
No, no.
And obviously, they choose. Obviously, most women, most elderly, I mean, will choose the food allowance over the heating allowance, so they're losing out on their heating. Yeah, that they have a choice in the UK. That's what I heard. But they probably bring that over here now, man. Eventually, soon you'll have a choice. You either get
The
yeah.
WEF thing, you will own nothing and be happy. That's
Yeah.
lefty ideology. You know, the communists, and unless I have forgotten, we were brought up to hate fucking communists. Everything on the telly was always against the commies. You know, everything, like the bad guys were always the Russians. You know, and now they're trying to push this communism shit on us. Like, you know how communism works, Mousy, don't you?
Yeah, yeah.
That's technically you'll own nothing and be happy. Somebody who's out like sitting there watching a fucking paint dry all day would get the same as what somebody who does like hard labour. You
That's
know,
what's
and they're
in
all
China,
given
isn't
a
it?
car, and they're all given a house.
Isn't China a communist state?
Yeah, but they have
Yeah.
cities over there that's not even lived in. Did you ever see the cities, the ghost cities out in China?
No, I've seen. Go on, you finish your story. I go on about the ghost cities, and I'll fill in there. This is still it's about China as well. Go on, go for it.
Yeah, no, they have these ghost cities all over China, like, you know what I mean, massive fucking cities, and nobody's in them. They just built them and abandoned them.
It's just to do with some sort of insurance thing, is it? Like now, or not way they get a certain amount of payment every year, and you have to build a certain amount of projects to get that funding again the next year. If you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know now. Maybe
Because
could be, but
yeah,
have
if
you
you check
seen
out,
these? If you see the scale of these, like these fit fucking like a few 100,000 people in them.
yeah, sorry, there must be giddy there. If you check out now, they have places in China where they build electric cars, and they just build them for the sake of it, and nobody's buying them, and they're building them all, and they're just leaving them there, and there's
Now, do you know
thousands and thousands.
that a Shire chick or something? Who's that? That's the
That's
saying. I
Ulster,
wasn't being
Ulster girl
Was it again?
Ulster.
on TikTok. Ulster girl on TikTok.
Yeah,
Oh, I don't know. Do it.
Yeah,
China will flourish as America collapses.
Yeah, that Paul
yeah.
O'Neill said the same thing there, did he? Like it says, it's got to do with GDP that's based on growth.
That's because China bought all the gold and all the silver that they could buy before fucking America could. Simple as that. And
Huge block
Are
that
you
way
America,
with
sure it was
trade.
the right boots? There's an imposter going around.
yeah, there is imposters, by the way, on TikTok. And anyway, you'll find there's 3, maybe 4 fucking triggered podcasts on there on TikTok. But
And
only
one
one
of
is the
the Irish boots, who is
yeah.
little Jerry Adams, is on it.
Oh yeah, there's a few fake
Little Jerry
profiles
Adams
going
fan.
around. That's saying that, yeah. A boy likes you, he blocks you on TikTok. Yeah, so they have a couple of fake profiles of Giddy and Boots up on TikTok.
Is that Anna? Is it?
No, it's
There was
not
a,
on it. No, it's not on it. Definitely not on it. I
the
know the
boots are
faces.
made for walking. No, China went on building spree to attract foreign investors.
We have a few
See, as
Is that
undercover.
what it is?
Mhm.
Well, I thought there was something to do with, they have to spend so much money to get investment the next year. And that's what these, electric companies were doing. They were spending all the money. They weren't even selling the cars. They were just spending all the money and then getting investment the next year. And they were filling fields after fields. You can check it up online. It's online. Fields after fields of fucking electric cars. Nobody's even bought them. And so I was
No,
saying,
so they're all going
let's
hydrogen.
fucking take them to them.
Fucking the way on it. No, but they're all going hydrogen now. All the electric cars are just going to be a novelty thing.
Yeah, but Trump turned around and said that he wants powered cars like diesel and petrol, and that's why
Well,
Elon
yeah,
Musk fell out with it.
that's proper way of driving.
Yeah, that's why he fell out with Elon Musk, because Elon Musk took a deep breath and goes, "I'm at the building fucking millions of fucking cars that are electric, and now you fucker turn around to me saying you want diesel and petrol cars."
Is
Well,
that much of it?
I kind of figured that when I seen them two fucking joining up. I was like, well, Trump wants the fossil fuel back open, and he wants all that back running, the oil being extracted from the ground in America again. And Elon Musk wants the oil left in the ground and wants electric cars. So I was sort of thinking that's a bit chalk and cheesy, that.
It is, isn't it?
No, it is. Well, like when I seen it at first, that's what I was thinking. I was like, is Elon willing now to give up the electric
I
cars
think,
and go hydrogen? Like, because everything, like, look at Dublin bus, they got a load of electric buses in, and they can't do anything with them. So they're all going hydrogen now. So they're getting rid of them. They're getting fucking hydrogen yokes in, and that's only filling her up a war.
But he has done some amazing things, that man Elon, I have to say. I mean, that's SpaceX. To
yeah,
get
it's
rockets.
SpaceX is for, yeah, but hold on a minute, right? The SpaceX is for the elite. So when they need to leave this Earth, if you like to call it, after he caused fucking World War III or something like that, Elon is gonna go right 1 billion ahead or something stupid like that, or 10 billion ahead, and only a certain amount of people are gonna get on them fucking rockets and have to go up to where he makes his base up above.
I
But
reckon now Elon will be brought down. Jeff Bezos with he has the one that him and what's his name, Richard Branson, have the ones that take you into orbit. So I reckon what they're going to do is they're going to drop the space station that's up there, and they're going to build something better. That you say the rockets be built up there. I'm letting this out here. This could be fucking worth money. What I'm saying. We use
Yeah,
Jeff
but
Bezos' ship to get up into orbit. You know, dock with the
bear in
space
mind
station,
that
and then use Elon Musk's thing up. And if that comes out, that's an Irish boots.
yeah, well,
Early.
hold on a minute. Even if it is an
Claiming
Irish
all
build,
rights and ownership of
uh,
it.
remember everybody, fucking Boots is a Star Trekian, and he fucking likes Time Gate also. So yeah, bear in mind that if it is a Boots idea, we could be all fucked.
as
No,
you
like
were
if you
saying
think
about,
of it, if you use one to get into orbit and then use Musk's fucking rocket then to take off from up there and just do it for the 6 month trip. So you have to wait for Mars to come into a certain orbit before you can actually head off in the direction where it's going to be in 6 months. So when you get there, you'll be just coming
They
up the
said it
orbit of
as
the
it is.
planet.
Look, they said it as it is, right? What's going to happen is, right, I'm going to predict the futures for you, yeah? So we're going to have a water world, yeah? It's going to dry up and then it's going to turn like Mad Max. And everybody will be fucking out to survive on what they have or what they've got. And the elite we'll be all living up on a space station up in space until some way
Half
we
an hour
figure
with
out
the wee
how to
one.
get up there
Remember your man on the
and
boat?
we'll
Half an hour
overtake
with the
it.
wee one.
You what?
Do you remember your man on the boat? Waterworld. A half an hour with the wee one. Remember your man? You won't have to
That was
map
a
on that
Muslim
back.
in the future, that was.
Yeah,
That
and he
was a
jumped on
Muslim
the
in the
yacht.
future.
And he's like, do you want to buy any paper? Paper. Remember he was saying that? Like paper was a sacred thing, remember? Because there was no trees or any of that.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, Mosey. I wasn't going that deep into it. But yeah, there you go. Our water
Must be a
world
very
was
good film,
already,
that.
yeah, it was predicted to us already, if you think about it. So we're going to have a water world,
No, you
but they are
see,
going to have a space
no.
station.
Look, Waterworld was another movie made just to push fucking the global warming agenda. You know, they put it into movies. If you look at the movies, they put in, look at RoboCop and what's happening today. There ain't no, well, there is robots, there's no RoboCop. But what the industry was doing to the public is the same as what's happening today. Big corporations move a load of funders or whatever into an area, the area declines, they buy up and they're able to build whatever they want on the property then, or on the land.
But
So
as you were
please,
saying about RoboCop, Kitty, I mean, Bruce, that could be it coming in the next few years. Do you see all
hold on, it's already here. Hold on, it's
these
already
robots
here.
that they have built?
If you actually look in Dubai, they actually have police cars going around with robots in them, and they pull up alongside you, telling you to put your seatbelt on and put your phone down, and they can fine you and they can arrest you and all sorts. In Dubai, they actually have that already.
But in Dubai, aren't they using the drones
They
to
got,
fly
they
over
got.
cars?
Well,
Because
hold
no,
on. They also in America, in
We
California,
already, everybody knows, everyone
it's a
knows
car
about the
crash.
15-minute city, so they're on the way. They're just, if you look at the
yeah,
new
but hold,
apartments, they all have their own gym on the bottom floor. So in other words, they're all going to be sectioned off.
yeah, but hold on. They also in Dubai, they said they're going to build a big fucking city that's so many miles long, and it's going to have everything within this city that man could ever want, and it's going to cost billions upon billions to fucking build it. Yeah, but only the rich and elite will be only able to afford to live there.
Just like another island that you're talking about, yeah. They're going to build.
No,
Yeah,
this
but
is in Dubai.
what you're talking about there is, right, the 15-minute city, you'll have so many credits, right? So you're able to get out for so much amount of time, but you have to be back. It's basically like fucking prison. So your time you can actually sell to somebody give you credits or whatever, and buy your time off you to get out of the 15-minute city. So therefore, anybody who would be worse off, like in money wise and all, will be caged in. They won't be able to get out of. Whereas people who have enough there will be able to buy credits off them and use them then to do as they please. Like you think of it,
Yeah,
even down to fuel in your car, you want to know how far you drive, and so you would get that amount of fuel or whatever. So you're going to work, they're going to calculate all that and all. Like, it's fucking crazy when you think it sounds mad talking about it, but that's what 15-minute city is.
yeah. And what about like when you want to buy a bit of weight? How are you going to buy it? How are you going to get it?
That's the
Where?
one thing that I've always asked. How are you going to buy a bit of green over, like, because the way they're putting it is that if you're selling a pair of shoes now, say 20 quid, say somebody's shoes 20 quid, and that 20 quid is yours, but the government wants a tax cut out of that. So if they bring in cashless, if you have to sell them
Oh,
with the
come on,
credits, you get taxed on actually selling it.
Jono, we have it all planned out already. If it is coming to the end of the world, we're all sorted. We're ready and booted. Big
I'm
fucking
fucking not.
transit van, big transit van, fucking what do you call it, camouflaged, and get ourselves some fucking some decent machine guns out of the holes out the side of
Every
it and the
Jordan,
front of it. Big ram bar
John telling you
and
to get in,
fucking
get in.
all their camping stuff in the back, and live up in big tunnels in the mountains or something like that.
Yeah, look what Paul and Dale put in there. That testing wiping your brain as a solution to prison. Holy, it's not going to get the desired effect on most fucking people out there, especially lefties. Imagine trying to wipe the brain like there's nothing fucking there to wipe. This fucker's going off steam.
Come here, if there's nothing left on this fucking earth, and you're going to starve or you're going to die of some horrible disease, yeah. I'm going out in a blaze of glory. I don't give a fuck. I'm going out in a blaze of glory. Just going to go get milled over by rockets or something. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Because what's the point in living for the next 9 months or a year?
Yeah, I've also thought of that as well. What's the point of fucking avoiding the apocalypse? What? To live in what? a ruin. I'd be standing under the first bomb coming in.
Swap a steak for weed.
That's actually not it. Here we go. Now, see, it's already starting.
Yeah, but you won't have, you'll be like generating it off your fucking 3D machine. Your fucking steak will be. It won't be off a cow copy.
What with tomatoes for a bag of green? Imagine that.
That's fucking
bag
mad.
of potatoes. But that let them go. That's original trading. That's before money came in. That's what they would have done. You know, like swap things.
Yeah, that's why you have silver and gold. Silver and gold will never disappear. Currency will.
Yeah. And that's the truth.
Silver and gold is always going to be there from now until the end of fucking last day on this earth.
That's a fucking crazy, isn't it? Synthetic beef in the supermarkets.
Nuclear winter.
Nuclear winter. Yeah. That's one thing I actually wouldn't like. They'd be witnessing a fucking ice age of that.
Can I just say something to you guys here? Have you ever got a fucking nuclear bomb to hit, say, the centre of Dublin? You do realise 45 kilometres from that centre would be like basically flattened, yeah? And then there'd be a cloud of dust that'll go another 20 kilometres at least from Dublin. And it would land maybe, I'm not shitting you, probably on the coast of Kerry somewhere. And within 9 months, you'd have severe, and I mean severe stage 4 cancer within a few weeks.
Unless you get like if you get a beekeeper's rubber suit and use as a hazmat, just keep your hands covered up with rubber.
Wouldn't work.
See rubber.
Wouldn't
keep
work.
your hands.
Wouldn't work.
Huh?
If the bomb hit there, you're talking about a tsunami that would cover the whole island.
Come here.
If you were close to it, no, you wouldn't.
Come here. They tell you in the army that you have a hazmat suit, yeah? Tell you to take injections, right? To protect you. Iodine injection.
Anybody watch Chernobyl? Anybody watch that series, Chernobyl? Fucking hell.
Did that suit work?
Them men melted.
Yeah, did that suit work?
Yeah, but they were right on the reactor.
Yeah. What do you think a nuclear bomb does?
They weren't in any fallout zones. They were like literally, they were tasked to go in and try to cool it down. Fucking hell, they melted. Did you ever see Mousy?
Yeah, I've watched it. Yeah.
It's very good.
Chernobyl,
like that.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Ukraine,
I feel for all the fucking kids and that again. Like, Jesus Christ, you see the kids that, like, the way they were left.
Chernobyl, the kids that was born out in the aftermath of it, yeah.
That's fucking mad shit, that is. And, you know, like the way he said Putin was messing around with that. Like, I don't think Putin was messing around with that at all.
No, I think he went in to make sure there wasn't fucking rigged to blow on it.
Yeah, I think that's what he done. I say he protected it, if anything.
Yeah, because look, he had an opportunity there to even rig it up with fucking self, and it would have been all over the news, but he didn't.
And if a bomb dropped here, Giddy, you're talking about tsunami that will cover the whole island. It'll probably cover England as well.
That's what I'm saying, Dave. It wouldn't be any use. That's what they tell us that they would be, but they wouldn't be. It's fucking
no,
he's
saying that epoxy to use because, like, obviously you can't release the sweat in them.
Well, no, they have pockets that you can release to keep you airy inside, if you like to call it, but they're stuck onto you. The minute you have them on, they're stuck onto you, and it's getting them onto you is not fucking easy task either. And then when you do have them onto you, try running around, you like running around like a headless chicken. If Dave, you remember actually doing the training for it with the gas in the chamber, and like you have blackness in front of you, and you're trying to fucking get this mask on you, and you have a guy sitting there with a mask, happy as day is not a fucking care in the world, and you move your mask the wrong way, you don't get it on, bang, you're getting up your nose and into your face. The BA set, yeah, you were in the fire service though, weren't you, Dave? A little bit different. I know you actually used the hazmat more, really.
Hey, Devlin, want to come up? I'll send out a link there to you. I think you have to turn on your camera and your mic at the same time, and then just turn off your camera as you're getting into the box.
Fun times, isn't it? Do you remember the CS gas, Dave? Swear to God, that's that fucking packy fucker that comes down my road. I swear to God, he thinks that he's something in his little fucking Yaris. Dave, look for the link and pop up.
The link's there, Dave. You want to come up yet?
There, Berla.
Got 2 incidents coming to
Yeah,
my emergency. What's
Antifa.
that? Nice cheek.
Devil is Antifa. She's one of the Antifa crowd, so take it easy on her, guys.
She's a general.
What's that?
Bring your link.
Never use your
I'll
nose.
put the link back out there for you, Devil. Yeah, it should be in the comments.
Dave,
Just
I
click
can
on the link.
fucking 100% say that. 110%. I'll never forget that day. When they're sitting quite pretty with their mask on and they're fucking breathing in lovely fresh air, and then you're told to take your mask off for 2 minutes. Fuck that.
The ringtone doesn't come up on YouTube. Whatever, there's some safety thing on YouTube to stop a ringtone coming through.
It doesn't.
No, it doesn't come through on it.
What's the story, Luke?
That's Air Luke, innit?
Yeah, I
Or
know
is that
Luke.
different Luke?
Yeah, I know
That
Luke.
Luke, is it?
Yeah, he's been following me on YouTube for ages. Yeah,
All right,
good years now.
no, it's not. No, I sent it out to another Luke. That's in the UK.
No, it's not Luke from the UK now.
Right.
What's the story, Big Tips?
Is Antifa coming up or not?
I'll be trying to suss it out, is she?
I don't know. Is she in your box there, Mousy? Because you lax it easy as well.
I'll just come up and light up it with.
I was fucking beaming at you and you didn't see me.
I was waffling the boots, I was.
He gets into the zone, don't you, Mousy?
When I get into the zone, I can't stop myself. I just keep on talking.
Tell you what's in that fucking smoke. Fuck's sake, you wouldn't even get that out of a bit of ching.
I was trying to explain to him about how to use YouTube Create, you know. And he kind of drifted off, and I kept him trying to wake up. Did he? Snap out of there. Did he? This is a good app. He used himself. He was switching off again.
Yeah, but you know
And he
them.
kept on
You know
saying,
those
now, do
tablets.
you smoking something here?
Yeah, no, you know the tablets I take, Boost.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was after taking them like when I was talking.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, so I was like, yeah, I was halfway and
You were
halfway.
probably sitting on the moon, Mousy, when you were halfway fucking through it.
No, I was explaining that. I said it to you, didn't I? I said I'm at to take my tablets, like, and it was like fucking half and half. Do you know what I mean?
What's
So
that thing there? Someone,
every time
immigrants
I
trying to
fucking
snap the years.
every time I try to talk to you two on the phone, I end up talking to you on the phone for at least 2 or 3 fucking hours.
You fucking stop. That's you.
No, you. Fuck off. It's not just me.
That's you.
Fucking hell. You swear I was on the ching all day. Fucking hell.
Did you sit there for about 3 hours? You would.
That just shows how, like, you know, how close of friends we actually are, because the fucking amount of time we spend on the phone talking is fucking unreal. Like, my missus thinks that I fucking moved out or something
What's the story,
sometimes.
Sean? I must think that you've moved out. That's
Yeah,
all I
right,
work you
Sean,
down
what's
for.
the story?
That's all I work you down for the country, you know.
Yeah, no. Sitting there putting on the pounds. Okay, oh, for fuck's sake.
That
No
doesn't go
Indians
on.
there. Do you know what I was actually only reading there as well yesterday?
How do they
Mary
think
Lou
that?
McDonald in 1996 was with Fianna Foyle.
In the fall,
She
yeah.
sang,
I said that about 3 years ago when I put onto this app.
yeah, I know. I remember you saying it. I was just reading about her. She's a pure plant, pure utter
Devlin,
fucking
you
plant.
sussed it out, yeah. Devlin. Sorry, Devlin.
That's what I said. When they all turned around and said, "Where were you when there was a war?" I'd just say, "Where was Mary Lou?" "Oh yeah, she's in Fianna Fáil."
I'll put up the link again there for that. But
Is she not
sometimes
getting the
people
hang
can't
of
suss
it?
it out. People can't suss it out. I remember the first time I jumped up, man, as well. I couldn't suss it out.
Very straightforward. Being Antifa and Electi and all that, you think that you get it really easy.
You should bring over board Boots is my what's the name, mate?
She called me a fucking loyalist there that told me that I was standing in Belfast with them. I was get the fuck out of it.
No, there was people getting up in the boxes there. I think it was last night or the night before, and they're all saying this person's racist, that person's racist, and she was calling people out and saying, "Well, I did hear you say this, and I did hear you say that," and all to certain people. And I said to Maeve in the comments, "Did I ever say anything racist?" She said, "No." I said, "At least you're honest."
I never say I'm racist.
I'm definitely not racist. I'm
I'm
pissed off, but I'm
always,
not fucking racist.
like, I could
Yeah,
be like
we're
to
all
other
just pissed
people.
off.
And at the
There's
end
other
of the
people
day,
there.
it's the likes of them other fuckers like Cannon and all the rest of them, and the shit they were saying that made us out to be racist because we were only like responding to them. Like, as you know, I'm up here talking now, but when I'm on a live with them, I'm fucking 99.9% of the time roaring at the
Yeah,
fucking thing.
hold on. We have somebody here saying that the Fanny's racist.
Huh?
Our Fanny's racist at this stage.
That's the vein.
Giddy, can't you see sometimes
You want
you
to
wanna
hypnose?
hypnotize me? Jesus Christ, Andy, that sounds like Epstein Island is not over this way, mate. Jesus, do you know who Andy is, yeah?
Always using.
Is that Andy the Roofer, is it?
Yeah, often I thought if it goes
I
well,
have
we
no
would
idea.
maybe.
I can't keep up with everybody's fucking name. Do you know what? And people coming into town to me, they walk up to me and they say, "Do you remember me?" And I go, "No." I have goldfish head. 5 seconds later, I forget what you look like.
Sure, man, I'm just saying sometimes people have to come and say to me twice. They would have met me and talked to me, and then they would have come
It's
to
not
me the
that I'm
second
being
round
rude.
and like,
It's just that so many people come up to me
yeah,
at the
same
protest
yourself.
and they say, "How are you? How are you? How are you?" And you can't remember every single person. Like,
Yeah,
maybe
definitely, Paul.
give me a kick in the
Doesn't
balls
mean
or
the
something
people
like
know
that.
me because fucking Giddy introduces me to them.
No, the first timer. Hold on. No, first timer. That
That
song
song
just
just
came
came to me head.
into my head when I.
Saw your name.
Right, okay, Andy. I don't fly like that, Andy, either. Just to let you know, I'm actually
Shit.
straight.
Did you know that song? Gimme a man after midnight. Do you know that song?
Mousy, whatever you need to hear, I don't know. We don't speak that way.
It's out of that
Now you
program.
know.
Do you remember that
Now
program?
you now you know what Mousy
Gimme.
does in his spare time, jumping
Do you
around his
remember
bedroom.
that?
Give me a
Whatever you
man after
probably do.
Like
midnight.
I said, the big
And
has fucking Angelo locked in the fucking attic.
yeah, his book club's
Oh,
there as well.
What's the story, Frank?
not too bad. So thought I'd come
Oh,
up and see
is
was
this
harassing
Frankie
people to
Frankie
come up.
or is this a different Frank?
What?
Is this Frankie or is it a different Frank?
Yeah, I'm Frankie from California.
Oh, this is a different Frank.
Ah, right. He still
Frankie
has,
won't
he
come in
still
again.
has,
I'm Wexford Frank.
Yeah, Frankie won't come in again. He says he won't come in because we aren't going to have the whole conversation about Jules. And I said, no.
if anything is the time, it's now, Frankie. If you're listening out there, it's now.
No,
Come in,
it's not.
Frankie. We all love you.
You know,
Not down
Oh,
my
You would
I
boots.
think
probably, yeah.
I'm not saying
Fucking
he's
boots
wrong,
can
but
fit.
I'm just saying we've all learned now of Frankie. We've all heard him. He's explained himself
Frankie
about.
Barron, you sound like a Covenant Jew.
It's not that. You see the way you have to write even J on fucking TikTok? You have to put JEOO because you can't put actual Jew. Because you put Jew, you get blocked. You get fucking taken out.
Oh, yeah,
You don't
but
get a
sure, you can
ban. You
always
just get a. It's just like they say it's against the community guidelines, but they don't give you any warning or ban or anything. They just block the comment.
But sure, you can always replace the J with a D.
So if you
No,
not the way Irish people speak, I sometimes now use that in my words that I say on when I'm texting. So I might say hiya. So I said hiya to Linda the other day, Giddy. How are you? I said how are you to Linda? So I said how are you, Linda? The next minute came up and said blocked. I said, are you fucking serious? So I had to go back and change it to hiya now. I mean, just so it goes through.
Fucking hell. Yeah, it's so censored over there. It's fucking unreal. That's why, like, I'm thinking, like, well, I'm not thinking. I am going to dig me time into this and, make it better. By the way, Boots, we're doing 3 to 4 days a week over on Triggered now from Monday onwards.
Right?
For an hour,
An hour
for an
every
hour.
night, every evening. Well, not every evening, but, most evenings through the week.
uh,
Just whatever's going on in the country now,
Letitia's
we can
asking if I
explain what's
should
going on
talk
in the
about
country every
Michelle.
day. Say again, Frankie?
Letitia's asking me that I should talk about Michelle.
There you go, Giddy. If
That's
you want to,
always
if you want to put
says
your view across, Giddy, about what you think of Michelle and whatever, the same as yourself, Boots, or whatever.
Who?
If you want to.
Well, to be honest with you, I think it was a very ballsy but stupid move. There's people up there that still, even your man even said it. He said, it's people who's not going to like this and that. And I'm sorry, but I'm fucking one of them. Do you know what I mean? I don't know, but a Protestant is one thing, a loyalist is a different thing. They're the ones
Yeah,
that wanted us fucking gone and unalive in the first place. They would now, they look at England. England's on the brink of fucking being taken over completely, and they have no one to turn to. So to
I
me, it
have
looks like they're just trying to they're trying to like weasel their way in.
I have a different perspective of what this is. What my saying is, right? She's got plenty of money, but she's getting funded by people up north or else the UK, and she's trying to mix in loyalists with our people down here in the south. I'm not against Protestant people, so don't take me up the wrong way. I don't think Protestant people are like loyalists. I totally separate the two. But what she's trying to do is trying to tokenize people here to believe that it's okay to stand with loyalists, which will never be the fact. It'll never be the case, and it's never going to happen because I'll never, in my country, stand beside no fucking Union Jack. And there's no amount of money, no amount of fucking people that can make me do it. And I wouldn't show a face at something like that, to be fair. Otherwise, probably only to document it. Maybe that's as far as I go, but
The
not for
only one,
support.
sorry, Gilly, the only ones who has a right is ourselves up there. If both of them, both sides up there decided to come together and talk it out, so well and good. They went through the troubles. They lived it all. Do you know what I mean? But for someone from the south to go up and say, right, you know what? England's not helping its own people. They're not helping yous now either. Now yous are on his own up the north. So
Yeah,
they're looking down
hold
the
on,
wood
hold on,
and going, you know what? We
hold
we
on.
use them down there and we get back into the good graces down there.
They made their own bed,
But
now they lie in it.
I'll
when
tell
you
you what I
think
think
of it,
about
England is
Michelle.
gone.
She's a big woman. She is tall.
Well, no, yeah, but that's not got to do with it, really. I think she just.
No, we got to deal with our own. We got to deal with our own country. Yeah, we have to sort out our own channel. Yeah, we don't have to go and sort out anybody else's channel because this rhetoric that's coming from them saying that, oh, where were you during the troubles? What do you mean where we were during the troubles? The fucking majority of the South were involved with in the troubles. Like,
Yeah, that's what I asked. That's when I asked her where was Mary Lou during the troubles. She was in Fianna Fáil.
where was McGuinness? He was getting the fucking Quran. Where's
And is that
Jerry
where
Adams? He
Michelle
was down
Kane's
outside the
photograph was
forecourt.
taken with Mary Lou? When Mary Lou was with Fianna Fáil, or when Mary Lou was with Sinn Féin?
Jerry Adams was down outside the forecourt with a fucking poppy on his fucking jumper. So, come on, please do explain to me. You know, like these people care so much about Ireland. Fuck off the British, and
I
then
understand they went in and done,
no, fuck off the
they done
British, and bring in all the
what,
foreigners.
taking absorbing up the Brits. Do you know what I mean? They went in, but some people up the north believe that it's going to stop there. Not understanding, they are not going to fucking stop. If they get control of England, like, sorry man, they're not going to hand Ireland back. I told you already. They recognise them as the British Isles, right? Not like fucking the way it is now to be Ireland, England, Scotland, and Wales. But they united under the Islamic Islands, and that's a very big prize to them.
Letitia gave a very good comment. Very keen on herself.
Look, guys, we know exactly what this is going, where this is going, because she made people disperse after what she done down there. Don't get me wrong, it was great the way people turned up, went to the gates of the Dáil and the whole lot. But when she said disperse and without any anger or anything like that, that just gave it away. She got the text from the Dáil and probably got a ching straight to her phone in her Revolut, for all we know. Yeah, that's the way I see it. Like, I'm probably looking at it just in black and white without the colour, but that's like my view of it. Yeah, it's like I wouldn't trust her as far as I could throw her. She wants to fucking sue everybody that says anything about her. Like, everybody's entitled to an opinion about her,
Watch your back
and
then.
if you can't take criticism, you don't be in that job.
I genuinely thought that she was just another mother, that was going through hardship. I
Sorry, Robert.
genuinely thought that's what it was. And something went sour between her and Healy Reid,
Yeah,
and they
that's what
fell
they.
out. And then she decided to talk out, and then use the likes of us.
Can I just say something there, Robert? In
No,
the
that's
comments
only
there,
speculation. I'm not saying that's fact, man.
Robert in the comments there said, "How come Adams and Martin never never
Went
went
to the
into
hide.
hide like the rest of the rat? Because they got their money. They took the silver. They took all the silver. They filled
You could
everybody.
never prove. No, you could never prove that you were part of the IRA. They were Sinn Féin politicians, all right, but they could never actually prove. They never admitted. Martin McGuinness ended up admitting in the end that he was, but Jerry Adams to this day still denies that he was ever part of it. That's where
Yeah,
the
but
old phrase came from. I'm an innocent
so
man.
hold
What's
on.
your view on it, Frank?
So hold on. Why is Jerry Adams wearing the fucking poppy on his fucking lapel?
I actually do not fucking know why.
If he was
Like that's
anyway,
something. I
there's
do
a
I do
picture.
I do know that represents like World War Two and World War One. Well, a lot of Irish did die in that too. But it was them soldiers that come home from the storm, that was put onto the streets of Dublin, and a lot of them are in prison for things that they done, and they were let out to run riot on the Irish streets. Hence the black and tans.
You know that thing on Tuesday? Were there many people there?
Tuesday. 300,
Yeah.
Frank, I'd say.
Yeah.
Andy put
There
something
was
out
a good
there as
turnout,
well.
but you know what? For the day that it was, and I have to give it was a good turnout. It was a fairly good turnout for the day that for a Tuesday, and anyways, and that's what people have been calling for a long time was to do it on a work day. Like go in and just fucking congest Dublin city centre and march straight to the Dáil. I
And the
don't,
Yeah,
next one,
you know,
the next one's
I
next
don't think.
Tuesday. They're camping out at the Dáil. Next Tuesday.
for 2 nights they're camping out. Andy
Yeah,
just put something there in the comments, guys. He said a Muslim was stopped from buying an island off the coast of Scotland a few months ago.
yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
Buying a fucking
yeah,
island
he wanted to buy.
off the coast.
Yeah, yeah, because like to them, this is the tropical land to them. They come from fucking sand. Like we're green and like plenty of water and everything.
They bring
Where
the
they come
horses
from
down.
is fucking desert.
Yeah, they bring the horses to feed on their land, don't they?
Hence, that's why I call them sand rats. Yeah, they do. They actually use the west of Ireland. the Arabians send their horses over to feed on the ground because there's so much minerals in the grass. You know, like the fucking horses are getting extra strong over, like they can fucking run longer. You know, so they pay a pretty penny to send them over.
Halal mortgages. We were talking about that last week, Francis. We
Yeah.
actually had son there. He was in and he was explaining it to us all.
Have you watched 7-7, Bill?
No.
If you
That's the
have, don't
documentary
bleed and
on
say anything.
Netflix. I'm not going to say it. Let's watch the fucking thing.
I will watch it. I will watch it.
Okay.
I will fucking watch it. I'm gonna watch it tonight, actually.
What's it called?
Yeah.
What's it called? 7 Steps?
7-7. Remember the bus
7
bombs
Steps.
and
Oh,
all that? Yeah, in the UK. Yeah. All about all that
I
kind of stuff.
was watching one called October Hate.
October 8th.
So the hate is in HATE. It's about October 7, but you know, in when the Palestinians went in, like you see this car just driving towards you. A man is getting up with that car with a rocket launcher, boom, straight into it. Pulling up beside cars, jumping out and fucking thing. But I've seen some of this.
The biggest
Like, how can
landowner in Ireland
how can
is. Hold on, guys.
no,
The
but
biggest
how can a
landowner.
grown man how can a grown man put his hands around a toddler and unalive it? And
Sorry,
then go
guys.
straight to the crib and do it there as well.
Guys, read what Andy said there. Yeah. The biggest landowner in Ireland is from Saudi Arabia. I'd have to actually look that up, Andy. I'd have to get some information on that. If you can put out in the
Probably,
comments that I can
Their whole
factually
probably
check
range of
that.
true
property being
with the
bought by
money
the Saudi
that you have.
Arabians in Watford.
You're breaking up there, Frankie.
Isn't there a whole rake of people, whole rake of land being taken up by the Saudi Arabians in Waterford?
No, not in Watford. That's over in Galway.
Oh no, it's
No,
also in Watford as well.
yeah, I've heard it. I heard fucking Waterford is on the verge of being fucking overrun too.
It's a lefty stronghold, isn't it?
Oh, it's
Also, we have
lefty
there
business.
Roberts
You go to the
McGuire
Watford
saying that,
City and you
yeah,
will see all these rainbow things there. Jesus
the rainbow
Christ.
things.
Yeah, and then you see all the foreigners there. It should be calling it a traitor ford.
You're probably right, Andy, to be fair. I'm just answering on people in the comments here. Sorry, I'm
What
not being
story,
rude.
fellas?
Ulysses, you're right. What's the story?
Hi, Sal.
The Magna family are the largest landowners in Tipperary. Yeah, so
100%
like,
our horses skill.
going back to what Robert was saying there above, yeah, they have the shit on the street here. There is shit on the street because of all these people coming in. Yeah, as streets are being made unsafe. Have you seen along the quays there where they're actually fighting with each other? The one guy that was fighting with four of them on the quays in Dublin city centre, broad daylight. Few drinks in their hands, nothing else better to do. Like the government saying that they're all vetted and they're all, watched and curfewed and all this bollocks, but yet they're sitting out in the fucking middle broad daylight with cans of beer in their hand, taking drugs and fucking fighting with the locals. Like you do that in their country, you wouldn't last 10 minutes. It's like
But
I'll
they're
just give you
really
an
watching them
example.
all giddy in these
No, I'm
iPad
gonna
centres. No, your man from
no, I'm gonna
Ballyogan,
no, I'm gonna
that
give you an
wouldn't have happened
example
to
here.
him.
Hold on, I'm going to give you an example here, right? This is the difference with here and there, right? Now, I know Turkey's a total different ballgame, right? But I had an argument with somebody that's from Turkey. He's literally from Turkey. He lives here, right? And me and him came to, a real bad argument. And obviously, he lives in Turkey, still has an apartment in Turkey, but he lives near where my cousin lives. And my cousin turned around to me and says, you see, if you come over here now and you argue with him, right? He'd get you taken away into a fucking cell somewhere and you'd be kept there for fucking years on end for arguing with him. Yeah. But you can't do that in Ireland. The only thing you can do in Ireland is bury him over there if you want to. But if you come here for holiday, he has the power to get you fucked over by the authorities here and not much say you having it. Do you see the difference? Is everybody still there?
We're all
I'm
still
here.
here,
Yeah.
yeah.
Fucking hell. But there you go. Like, that's the difference what we have lying up against us. So you go to their countries and you start any shit with them, you're getting locked up for a long time.
But they're
There's a
bringing,
shit.
but they're bringing. Remember, you
Well,
were
they're
talking about
definitely about
the
the best
infrastructure the other day,
infrastructure.
Giddy.
You what?
Remember, you were talking about the infrastructure the other day. Or getting a train that would go to each fucking county or wherever the fuck.
No. What I said was, what I'd like to do, what I'd like to see happen in this country is every airport all over the world has a train station in it. Why hasn't Dublin, right, got a train station in it? Why can't you remove the ones out of the city centre to give more room for traffic to get about and big fucking shopping centres and whatever else? And have the train stations, especially just at the airport, along with bus routes, along with everything else, that you can go to any county in the whole of Ireland via train or by a bus, but mainly by train. Do you know what I mean? Like an underground system or a fucking overground system or whatever may be the case. Yeah, it would cost billions, but why haven't we got that? Like, we've been alive for 100 years. Our country's been alive for 100 years. There's money coming in to the back door like nobody's business.
But one thing that
Why
they
would
need
it
to
be?
improve here, man, is the buses. You know, they're bringing all these people into your area, but they're not improving the buses.
Well,
No,
it's
or
not
any
that,
of that
like I
kind of
say.
stuff.
I'm not saying anybody
But
wants
it
to
is
go
that,
to
yeah.
Cavan. Well, if you wanted to go to Cavan 10 years ago, you could have gotten the train, but they stopped the train from going there. Now, if you want to go to Cavan, you have to go by bus, and if you want to go to Donegal, you got to go by bus. Do you know what I mean? There's no trains anymore. They need to bring the train platform back online to go to every county right across Ireland.
Yeah, but as you said, man, that's going to cost you. They're talking about hundreds of probably billions. You're talking about billions there.
Lads, I'm going to drop off now. I'll see you, lads.
Take care of yourself, Frank.
Yeah, I'll
See
probably be
you,
in the
Frankie.
chat. Okay.
Yeah,
Take care,
no worries,
Frankie.
Frank. Yeah,
Bye.
take care of yourself. Yeah.
It's because we've been played for African Arabs, Indians all the time. Yeah, you're
Has
right.
it?
Yeah.
So, seriously, yeah, I didn't know that. My town has already recently changed the bus timetable, and they've had lots more buses, but not in my area. They haven't. Still every hour, and then sometimes the buses don't come. I've only sussed
Ulysses,
this out myself.
Ulysses, see what Sinn Féin has announced outside the GPO and take a stand against Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael. Shame plans. Yeah, but shame on fucking like, we need to go down to that GPO. We need to stand outside it, and we need to tell Sinn Féin to go and fuck off with themselves, because we don't want help from them. The people won't forget, and we'll never forget what you've done. And I hope that somebody that's a hardcore Sinn Féin fucking head that has listened to this and go back and tell them the little tale that the people don't trust them. They're traitors.
On the 12th, yeah. You going in? Yeah, Sullivan, yeah. I want to see. I'll see you in there, bro. We're going in, yeah. 30.
Yeah, that's the yoke. I knew it was them that was doing that.
What was it?
Yeah. Well, you're going in, eh, Boots?
Eh, I'll
Ruffle some
let you know
feathers.
anyway. I'll let you know.
Go in and see Mr. McGill.
Just go in there, get a few interviews, and the same on Tuesday. I want to
No,
get a few
like, I
interviews. I want
want to go in there and I want to tell, like, I want to march right up to Sinn Féin and I want to tell them how I exactly feel about them. And I want to get it on camera as well, because I'm going to fucking say it, put it very pretty straight to them, that they won't be forgotten what they've done to the Irish people of this country. They've never fucking turned around and dismissed anything. They wanted to take, they all voted against Mother. Yeah, they all wanted Mother out of the Constitution. And that'll never leave my mind.
That's
They've
what they
heard
do,
so
man.
much about.
They do little bits and pieces until they have the whole, like, no, the whole country changed. Little bits and pieces you bring in now.
Sure, that's it.
Take the mother.
Counter protest the sinners. That's what I want to do. That's 100% what I'd love to do if enough people come in. But I don't care if not enough people come in. I'm still going to walk up to them and I'm going to let them know what it is. I don't give a fuck, like. Bunch of fucking, the turncoats, they're in bed, fucking wanking off fucking Paul Murphy and everything there. Fuck them.
That lad's
Sinn
just
Féin,
confused, man.
Sinn Féin, People Before Profit, Social Democrats, and Labour, all them and fucking Greens, they're all in the fucking, they're having a big gangbang in bed. They're all fucking scumbags, a lot of them.
I arrested a Wicklow today after stabbing. 4 in 2 weeks in Sunday World.
Okay, no.
Yeah, Ulysses, we just don't talk about that, unfortunately. That's the only thing we
You
won't
know what I
mention
was
on here.
saying there? When I was on the live there earlier on, that lefty thing that was on it, I was saying I would actually love for all the protesters and everything to stand down, and only then will you see how bad things are. When there's nobody keeping these people in check, you'll see exactly how bad things are.
That's right, Paul. It was on Book Nook. There was the actual yellow book was wrote for the Irish people. That's
Hey,
correct.
this is Julie. What's the story, bro?
No worries, Ulysses. Just we tried to keep it that way. Do you get me? It's very messy. All that sort of stuff is. I'd love to be able to talk about, but just it doesn't permit you to do that on here. Who's wanking? Who off? Besides.
Frankie, steady Eddie.
Oh Jesus Christ! They're racing to the top, Uli.
Was that the same steady Eddie that was in on TikTok last night?
Don't know.
I thought I seen him in the comments.
No, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think he is over there.
He comes in. He comes into the mousy one, so I don't know why he doesn't come into this one. It's maybe because we don't talk about Jews anymore. But I just want to talk about what's happening in Ireland, man. The protest was happening in Ireland. That's what this challenge is about. It's all about. I know what Frankie's saying. I get what he's saying.
But it's all interlinked, the whole
Yeah,
thing.
the whole thing's
Yeah, no,
interlinked.
but
Yeah, I get
we
all that.
kind of
Yeah,
just well, look, we keep our own feet on our own ground here. That's what we do, don't we? So there's no way we're going to change that for anybody. It's the same with other things that people want to talk about. We won't be changing it for nobody, and we won't be getting involved with any of it for nobody. We'll just talk about what we need to talk about.
well, the subject in hand, man. I mean, that's
Yeah,
what's going to be.
Paul, there's a fella called Sid who does all this,
Yeah, man,
and
that's the better thing to bring over, Giddy.
Yeah,
he actually gets you a big copy of that, doesn't he?
yeah.
Yeah,
Hold on, there's another thing as well. Why don't we have internal flights that are cheap, like, £20-30 within our own country, but yet they can fly over to the UK for 20-30 quid? Wouldn't it be nice to be able to fly over to fucking Kerry or whatever on a plane? Like, it doesn't have to be a big fucking
You
fancy
can,
plane either.
you
What?
can, you
Yeah, to
can.
see the
There's light
coun-
aircraft. There's
yeah, to
light
see the
aircrafts
country.
that can bring it down. Yeah, they're about 500 quid for the seat.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. But like, you can go to fucking with Ryanair, you can go bleeding like Germany for fucking 50 quid, 60 quid. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So we have to
I don't think the country's big enough for a passenger plane to go from one county to the next. It'd only take about 10-minute bleeding journey over.
yeah, but like, think about it. It'd be better than going fucking 3 hours in a car, wouldn't it?
you'd be literally only getting on
I
and
don't
getting
know.
back
So
off again.
a big monorail system straight going around the whole length and breadth of Ireland. You can
That's
jump on it
why.
in Dublin and stop you off and fucking in Galway, then to jump on another one that bring you up north and down through the middle of it.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, it just seems that our country's well behind everybody else. Because in the UK, you can go anywhere you want on the plane.
Why not have them fucking bullet trains? Do you ever see the video of them things?
In
We wouldn't
France,
have we wouldn't have long enough fucking space to fucking have a bullet train.
No. You'll never stop the fucking thing with the weight behind it.
Oh, they stop on the button, don't they? They're fucking bang, they're proper there. Like,
in the
I'd
Atlantic
love to
Ocean.
actually go out on the bullet train just to see, just to experience. Like, it tells you how fast you're going and what the wind is like inside the cabin where you are.
Yeah.
A friend of mine
You
went
won't be
over
putting
to.
your hand out that fucking window.
You won't be putting your hand out. There's no window
Hang
to
your
fucking
phone
put your hand
out.
out.
Yeah, definitely the one in India, a man standing there with a pole. And people going
Yeah.
past in the train, they put their phone and jumps up and hits that fucking arm.
And I was from KO, I didn't know that, yeah. I used to get a plane out, work 3 days a week, out to the islands.
Yeah, that they used to do that out to the Arden Islands. I think you could get a plane or you could a light aircraft or you can get a
Yeah,
helicopter. I would say.
that's where Mr. T was walking. He was a pilot for them.
Is it 10
Was
minutes,
he?
huh?
That cunt
Yeah,
couldn't
sure.
quite get out of his hole.
He was on it one night and all. He started the fucking plane up, and you want to hear the noise of this thing.
He
He's an
worked for
actual pilot.
no, he worked for CNC Executive Travel. I know this for 100% fact.
No, he worked for that fucking Ireland Airways. It was just
No,
a
he did.
plane that was going from Clare or something over to the islands.
Dudes, 100% he didn't. I have my reason why I know. Somebody that worked with him.
No,
Uh,
I was on a live with him one night, Giddy, and we all thought he was a bus driver at that time. And he started up the fucking plane, and this was a real like twin engine airplane. He was starting up, not a big passenger yoke now. You know, you're going to hear the noise of this. You could hear it when it started up, and when he was letting it warm up and all for ages.
Probably a V6, not V6, V10, something like that, fucking in the garage or something like that. The fucking engine out.
I think he's invited you and Bills to go on a trip with him one day. He has
Yeah,
a few mental health problems, he has.
he does. He has got a few fucking problems in his head.
Oh, you can see it, yeah. Actually, he's crashing out, and then
Take
like,
his all
he's
out.
real friendly. Gee, he fell in love with Linda last night, didn't he?
He did.
And he took the first picture, like, he was like, Linda, is that you? Linda's like, yeah, it is. And then the second one went up, and he's like, oh, Linda, is that you? She is beautiful.
The second one wasn't even her, was it?
That's why I was messaging there today saying, oh, Linda's my girlfriend, because you get jealous over that. No, seriously, you get jealous over it. And especially if he thinks it's one of the racists, as he just
Yeah.
called us.
Yeah, we were
Like I
saying
don't
all
want to
this
say,
before you came into the
giddy up
live.
when the racists are coming for me.
I was saying it's going a bit mad on TikTok. You know, it's not like YouTube. You know, YouTube is more calmer. You go into TikTok, it's just fucking full of drama. Everybody
Yeah.
wants to bleed and unalive each other and bleed, and you're getting death threats and all that madness. I bleed in TikTok. That's why I stay out of the boxes half the time. We got nothing young for all this arguing and all this crap.
I think it's something to do with the heat. I think it's
Yeah,
something to do with the heat.
they're all in
Nah,
the
they be this heat would be nothing to them.
Yeah,
This would
no, I'm
be just
talking
a
about us.
fucking warm day to us, to them.
No, I'm talking about us sitting there like in our front garden in our speedos.
I don't want to picture that. Yeah, but yeah, go on.
Yeah, I can picture it all now. A
Inbred
fucking
and
small size set of speedos on a body that's about the size of Andre the Joint, with your cocktail in hand and your buff plug. Fucking A there, putting your cream on for your mousey.
That's all you have to do, Giddy. No, that's all you have to do on Halloween. Stick your speedos on, sit in the front garden. You get no kids coming in. You wouldn't have to buy any sweets.
Diddy
Fucking
and
hell.
Puddy store. Yeah, I'll tell you, I have got budgie smugglers. They're alright, yeah. They're comfy. Have to keep on sticking in the sides though.
Who's in speedos? Giddy's here to.
Fuck's sake, guys. If you can't fucking have a bit of laugh, like, you know what I mean? Rapes go up in the summer. Paul, I hope that's not directed at me. Fuck's sake. They belong to you. Your wife. No, my wife ones don't fit me. They cut the arse out of me.
420 in there. I might have seen people saying 420. I is there, yeah. What's the story, bud? You going in on Saturday, yeah? 420 is a good lad.
Spanish chicken, piss stain fronts with feet, bowl of cold water. Lot of laughs. I didn't really want to know that much information about your Spanish chicken, but if that's what you do, all good.
It's 10
No,
white fronts.
yeah, I can picture a white vest on you as well. Fucking hell, we got subject very easy, don't we? People get all excited about a fucking pair of fucking dirty white pants.
I think they were just
The
all
intelligence of
imagining
some
doing
people is
speedos.
fucking great, isn't it? You say shite and everybody laughs.
I think they were all imagining doing speedos. With the piss stain white fronts.
Yeah, I don't know about the piss take away from. Probably that's more your game there, Mousy. I don't know. I like me speedos. I'll stick to me speedos. You can stick to fucking A with the what's it? What's your fucking favourite saying there, Boots? Book
No, the
pirate,
book pirate.
Ramsey Nesbitt,
Fucking
a stringy vest. Jesus Christ, a stringy vest. I haven't heard one of them for a long time. Do you still wear them sort of things, Spanish chicken?
that's what you get when you go into the joints. You get one of them fucking things.
Yeah, more than
Short and
that.
no collars.
Get your back door kicked in.
Yeah, I'm pleased to talk about back doors getting kicked in here, Mousy. You know, I'm getting very fucking worried about you.
Mousy wears a willy warmer. That's
Keeps
only
his
when I'm
mouth
walking down
warm.
to the protest. It's an age
It's an
thing.
age
Yeah,
thing.
definitely an age thing. Bookie stranglers.
Uh, yeah, I'd probably wear the Willy Warmer, but it's like fucking Harry Potter's wand walking around. Wife beater vest. Haven't seen one of them sorts, to be fair. You must give us a picture of what they look like.
So probably you don't want to picture Gideon Speedos.
You fucking really don't.
Fucking gross burger in the crook. Eddie, do you know who fucking Grossberger is?
No.
Oh,
Do
what's his?
explain, please.
Richard Pryor and fucking Jane fucking.
Ackman.
No, your man now Willy Wonka.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. What's that got to do with this? Who is
Yeah,
that
them
supposed
people,
to be?
the two that go to prison. Stay
Jerry,
crazy. The two that go to prison and your
Oh
man,
yeah,
the big huge fella in the prison. He
do you know
fucking,
who
they're
the
all
real
worried about him.
Uh, why
Jim
Giddy
Wilder. That's it. Yeah.
Same world, yeah.
Why Giddy has got a whole lot of magic. Oh yeah, I got 14 holes of magic. Got 14 kids.
Jeez, the chat is weird. Maybe that's the reason here is falling.
Jim Wilder.
But this is what you said, Paul, on TikTok. That just too many distractions on that. I mean, people are getting distracted. We're just arguing with each other, and the country's falling around, apart around them. They're all
Yeah,
sitting at
you can't
home
actually have
arguing
a
with each other.
conversation with them.
Jeez, everybody's fixated on Jim Wilder now.
Yeah, because
Jim
you're trying to
Wilder.
take the paper for the second or
And
two.
to be a world of little butt plugs.
420. It's 420 still in the comments there. 420. It's a protest at the Dáil I saw you at the GPO at 12 o'clock. I think Michelle Keane called it.
Kukri classes now on TikTok half naked. Well, that happens in the summer, and anyway, Sasha. Like I say, I cook fucking rashers in me fucking bungee smugglers. Always getting bones on me belly.
Come on, how long are we on TikTok, man? How many years are we on TikTok? And it's
We're
the
on
same
TikTok.
fucking.
We're only on TikTok 6 months, about 7 months on this.
On TikTok, we're a couple of years
Oh
on.
no, TikTok's were there 3 years or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And it's the same reading it all, man. It's the same crap. Same people arguing with each other. And it's like the same threats are coming from everybody. And I'm like, where's it getting everybody? It's getting everybody. No, it's getting nowhere. And these are lapping up on it. All these canon and all, because they know they're distracting people. They're getting people to come into lives, and they're more concentrating on him than what's going on in the country. The country's falling apart, and
It's
they're
not
all.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Definitely, they're lapping it up, man. They're
The
loving
only
it.
reason why people are staying on that now at the moment, if you notice that it's starting to go mad for the TikTok shop. Everybody's selling something on TikTok shop. But if you look up the items on TikTok shop that they're selling on there for 20 quids and 30 quids and 40 quids, go on to Team and it's $2.99. Or it's fucking 10 quid or 5 quid. And they're selling it for fucking 4 or 5 times the price. That's why I wouldn't use TikTok shop. That's why I wouldn't fucking sell on TikTok shop by being asked by loads of people to go do this, do that, do the other, and I won't do it. Because I wouldn't rip off people that I'm talking to.
We haven't a clue, man. I don't know about TikTok shopping anyway.
I've got it on my page, the TikTok shop. You can buy all sorts of stuff off it, but it's
No, I was
rip off
asking you,
prices.
there was something popped up on my screen one day about TikTok shopping. I just fucking deleted it.
Anybody, I think, can do it. Anybody. But what I'm saying is, it's like, do you know, like fucking those window stickers that you hold your phone on? Like, you can buy them off Team for like 4 quid, 5 quid. Yeah. They're selling them on there for 20 quid. Do you know what I mean? And then the people that you'll talk to in the lives all the time, you have to think about this. You're after selling them one of them items for 20 quid. So you've made a nice bit of profit on that. And so the TikTok as well, for your people coming in and you're doing all the work for them, basically. You're getting the buyer, you're getting the sell, you're getting everything, and you're going to get a small commission off that. When they could just turn it out to them and say, go on to Team look at the same fucking item, you can buy it for fucking 3 or 4 quid. Why buy it off me for 20 quid?
Yeah.
So anybody that'd be real would do it that way. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, that's why I never added it, man. I couldn't give a fuck about earning any money on TikTok. Doesn't bother me about it. Dude, I've only got a small platform on there, about 4,000 followers or something. So, I mean, I just put a few music videos up, and that's it. That's all I do on that channel. No interest in jumping in boxes really and arguing with fucking Cannon and Simple D, and especially that A fella, man. His fucking voice goes to my brain.
Well, don't get me wrong, I like doing the old lives on it myself, my own lives. They're not so bad.
Yeah.
Like,
It's fair enough, man. You're probably on TikTok a bit longer than I ever was. But yeah,
but at least I
as
don't
soon
go
as
in there for the
as
arguments.
soon as I got banned, man. As soon as I got banned off my first phone, I just said that's it. Like, I mean, for me, at first I was like bollocks. I mean, banned off TikTok now altogether. Saying, oh, jeez, I was trying to get a new phone and all that. No, get back on it again. But then after a couple of weeks of being off, I was saying, oh, fuck, I don't even need TikTok. You know what I mean? And then when I got a new phone, I'm back on TikTok. I was just saying, all of this is about fucking arguments. I started noticing it. Everybody was arguing. The Black Beauty was getting called out and all that kind of stuff on it.
Yeah, things get too personal on it.
She was going after me as well. Remember, I never said anything to Black Beauty. I always went to her lawyers. I always said hello to her. And then she started calling me out as well. And then she's come back and apologising and crying on her live to me and all, saying, oh, I'm sorry I said that to you and all that kind of stuff. And I'm saying, what the fuck is going on with this bleeding app?
Yeah, but she did do wrong, though. She did do wrong.
Well,
Do you know what
I
I
don't know.
No, but that's the point. She did do wrong. If you do something wrong, you get called out on it. Do you know what I mean? It's as simple as that. It doesn't matter what it is. Like, remember fucking, what's his name? Colonel Clink, what's his name? Fucking hell. Maverick. Remember the lawyers that he came out with? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying.
That's a little bit different. I don't know what she did. I haven't a clue what she did, man. To tell you the truth. That's why I still talk about it today, man. I still going back into our lives, and if I see her live, I say hello. I'll probably just pop back out again. But I usually always go in and say hello.
Put it this way.
So I've got no
Yeah.
problem with her. I've got no problem with nobody, man. I just try to have a peaceful life, man. That's what I want, to have a peaceful life. Just go out and do what I have to do, show what's going on in the country, and go home and have a bit of a peaceful life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, when things start getting personal on it, like that's, you know, we're meant to be on it to be going against mass migration coming in, you know, but that other lot just seem to be getting very fucking personal.
They're getting into too many people's personal, like literal personal situations. Like that young girl that we went in and bullied, that made her take an OD. Do you know what I mean? That's bang over in my way.
They're campaigning to get me and you off TikTok, Giddy.
The who?
And what's his name? Your man fucking Kieran, fucking Paddy Brew, and
And Kieran's from Inchi Cardi.
is he?
Yeah,
Oh, I
like,
think you
and then
told
he
me
said
that already, did you?
he says that he's from Grimley and fucking Inchi Car. And I just thought to myself, you fucking stuck in a shite, like if you only knew.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
It's not that he's only a little wimpy. He's only a little fucking piece of shit.
Yeah. I don't know. That's why I stay away from all that
I
crap,
call
man.
them all little nits. They're all like little nits. They all itch your head. You know what I mean? Little nits. They're all little nits. And
I
that's why I
just find
don't
them
like
all
them.
that they're all a distraction. They're a total distraction to what's going on in the country. They're putting everybody out. You know, they're obviously, man. If the people got, he said personal things against me, man. I never went after him. I never said anything to him. I just ignored him. Ignored the comment. He says that he'd fuck my unalive dad. That's what he said.
Jeez.
So
Who
he
said
actually
that?
went into my face. He did. Oh no, sorry, it was your man Cab, no Cab. Is that A as well?
Yeah, crew cab is, yeah.
Something Cab or something, yeah. So he was
Yeah.
someone that said it to me. I just didn't react to it. I mean, because that's when they have you when you react to it. I just didn't react to it. I said, you better not just react to it. Let him fucking say what he wants to fucking say. That's what he wants to say. Well, that's the fucking evil thing to say. He went into my Facebook and found on my page and seen my last few comments about me dad dying 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Because I don't really post on Facebook anymore. I don't go on Facebook that much anymore, but I still have a Facebook page. And it's just at the very end of it, it's all about me dad. You know what I mean? But they went in and seen that page, the cunts. And fucking, tried to use that against me to try get me angry and get me into the box and get me to,
Yeah, that's
and then
exactly
make
what he
me
tried
look
to
at it.
draw you out.
Yeah, and then
He
make
tried
me
to draw
twice
you out,
face.
and that's what he said. He already has like yourself, myself, and Giddy already on a thing to get us brought down.
Yeah. It's sad when people demand you have to use all that shit.
Well, like, according to Mr. T, you know, we're driving around in cars, they're giving punishment beatings, and I'm like, how many migrants have actually been unalived over that skin colour in Ireland? None. But when you
Yeah.
reverse it, it's a
Yeah,
different fucking story.
very true. I think
So
we
what
should
was
go
it
all out.
that Sam was supposed to have done? And anyway,
What's that?
what was she supposed to have
But I
done?
didn't even know.
Well, basically, it started off with a dog that was supposed to be ill, and certain people on the app donate.
Before, is this something to be talking about, like, on this?
Yeah, you know.
You know, this is public. If it was something personal, like,
Well, no, no, probably not. No,
would it
because
be,
not here.
would it be something just talk about offline?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, probably so. Yeah.
Have you visit? You're always above the news. You rest in peace. You're that. You're that.
So
But
you know
thanks,
what I mean, Giddy. Just like I don't know what it is that like if it's personal or not from you, like, but it could be something that be like that probably fucking embarrass of someone if you are
If,
listening or something like that, you know.
if I was to put it very bluntly, it's like you can't just ask people to give you money and then, lie about it. That's what she was basically doing. Do you know what I mean? And in my eyes, I see that as wrong. She said that she needed money for her children. If she genuinely needed money for her children, good and well, but then sits up on a live later with a joint in her mouth. Do you know what I mean?
Sure, man. I've
No.
heard of other people. They've from this movement that have got funding and they went out and bought bags of weed and all over.
Yeah,
And the money's actually not going towards what they're looking for.
yeah,
If somebody was given €50 to go off and do something, I don't know, to get some sort of, I don't know, flags and all that kind of stuff done up over, and he went out and bought a bag of weed over instead.
Who was this?
yeah.
I don't want to say his name, but yeah, he's from the Kilrock.
Oh,
It's not Kev or any of that kind of stuff. No, it was one of them from the Kilrock camp. That was supposed to have got €50 off somebody who went out and spent it on his own fucking habit.
Yeah, well, look, at the end of the day, like I say, people do things wrong at the heat of the moment, but when you do it repeatedly and you cry about it when you get caught about it, there's no point in crying about it later on, is there? And that's exactly what Black Beauty done. She cried about it later on, and not one occasion, not two occasions, but about 4 occasions. And then she found a way of going around to the black people and getting them into lives, thinking that people wasn't seeing or watching, and getting them to give her stars and galaxies and all sorts. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, people have their own ways of doing it.
well, there's a lot of that on TikTok, you know, people going in and getting the stars.
I don't do it. I only sell people on it.
No, I was going on to this live. Yeah, man, Rain was on it, an English one, and I realised these people were loving the drama. They were cleaning up, like they were getting
Yeah,
paid for fucking other people arguing on their live, and then
yeah,
like they kick somebody for cursing.
you're talking about star streams or something like that. Star streams, they call themselves. Yeah, they're actually all about just getting funding off everybody.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
don't give a fucking shit. Like they're just picking shit that's going on and putting it up,
It's
and
like
people are
Michelle
coming in.
Kane. I should say she's a millionaire. She's fucking worth a fortune. Her land is worth 38 million, and
Yeah,
she's looking for funding. Why is she looking for
yeah.
funding for? Plenty of money.
that's how the rich get richer. They're never happy with what they have.
Now you see how the rich walk is. You ever see these paintings in the museum? And it's like probably like a tin or a banana, and you're like, oh, that's not fucking art. Right? So they get their mates to do these, and then they get people to go down and praise, and they go, oh, geez, that's lovely. You put 10 million on that. And then the rich will say, oh, well, I'm going to donate this to the local museum or something. It's worth 10 million. And that's how they get their tax break.
Yeah,
You know,
I
because if
know.
they can donate, you don't have to pay tax. So that's the big swindle. That's how you see all this fashion shit. And you're like, who the fuck can actually wear that? You know, they just doing it and then getting it appraised as so many million. You know, and then they pretend they're donating that to whatever. You know, and that's the big tax break. Because once they donate,
Poor,
they don't have to pay tax.
where the poor will always stay poor in this country, and the rich will always get richer in this country, and there's no middle.
Oh yeah, like we're being farmed. You know, cattle by
Yeah,
the rich. Like we work to make their lives better. We work for. Like as I always said, if they were gone, we'd continue. If we were gone, they'd be fucking dead. They
yeah,
wouldn't be
true.
able to sustain.
We're all the working ants, where they sit there at the top with everything.
It is a serious con job. Fucking is. You know, like when the poor see something getting donated to them that's worth 10 million. You know, they don't give a shit what it looks like. It just got appraised at 10 million.
Yeah.
They'll probably never sell for that. But
Like, think about if you're in a full-time job, how much tax you actually pay. And I'm not just talking about in your job, but when you go and get fuel for your car, when you get food in the shop, when you pay for your kids to go to school, all them things add up. 70% of your money is going back into the government's pocket. you're lucky if you get even 10% of that still for yourself. They
So
took,
Gary,
if you remember
when it comes
correctly,
down
back
to
in the day when you were in a job, you got cash in an envelope. You got your fucking pay in an envelope with cash. Yeah. Why did they take that away? Because they knew then they could get everything fucking by the book. Every little penny that they could scrape out you, they'd fucking put it on a card and throw a bank at you. And that way,
if you get a bonus off your job, you've worked hard all the way through the whole year to get this bonus. When you get a bonus of your job, half of that is going to in tax. It could be in thousands. It's happened with the thousand marks. I mean, I get bonus out of my job and it's in the thousand mark, and probably just say around $3,000. So they take half that. They take 1,500. You only get 1,500 out of it. You're at the working hard all the way through that year. You're at to being paying tax all the way through that year. And
I
then you
think
get
the banks are the
bonus.
biggest fucking robbers of them all. Like think about this realistically, right? Every single person gets a charge on their account for maintaining it. Yeah, it costs you anything from say €5 to €10, depending on what bank you're with, right? But if you have like say 4 million people that are in the bank, right, and every month they're all getting like say a fiver taken off them, do your maths there, guys. That's a lot of money for maintaining accounts that are already maintained, if you like to call it. And that's
How are you,
per month
Stephen?
or every 3 months or something like that. Do you know what I mean? And there's a 20 pence charge on some debit cards as well if you use different machines and you don't use that bank machine. So you're getting a 20-cent charge every time that you use that. But they see the 20% is not gone. Do you know what I mean? It's just kind of like you wouldn't notice that because we're so used that you can't buy out for less than a fucking tenner nowadays. Do you know what I mean? There's loads of little tricky ways that they've done it. There's a thing on Revolut, yeah. What it does is, do you know, like if you have like say £397 and fucking 28 pence in your account, right? You can actually add an app to it that takes the fucking seven pound and 29 cents or whatever it is, and puts it, stashes it away, takes it out of your account automatically. So all the odds and ends, it takes that automatically and puts it in a safe bit, and then you can go back and look at it in a like the next day if you want, but next year or the next month, and you could have about fucking probably 300 or 400 quid sitting there and not know about it. And that just proves the point and how easy it is to shave the money off the top.
Yeah, those 20 cents, man. So you're going in and buying a bar of chocolates costing you £1. You know what I mean? You're thinking, right, that's only €1. But then you scan your card and they charge you 20 cents or
Yeah.
10 cents or 15 cents, whatever it is, every
Well,
time
you
you
get charged
tap
50
that
cents
card.
every time that if you buy gas with your card, you get charged 50 cents. Or even if you buy it with cash now, you get charged 50 cents. Because it costs them for the machine, they say, 50 cents. Do you know what I mean? And all those 50 cents and everybody that's topping up gas right across this country throughout winter, and how many times you do it, that's 50 cents. They know exactly what they're doing. And if you ever if you go through Just Eat when you're ordering food, they take a share of what you actually bought. So it'd be like $2.99 plus your delivery charge. Look at your receipt next time. They take a certain amount of money, like 50 cents or $2.99, depending on how much your order comes to.
Sure, man, I walked into the shop the other day, just talking about, foreign people, working in shops and working online or they're answering
The boy
phone
saw
calls and
it.
stuff like that.
Thanks for coming in.
So I went to the shop the other day and I said to a woman, right, these two things, these four things I got off her, sorry, they cost a tenner. And these, whatever else I got off her, it cost 20 quid. So that's €30. And then whatever I got myself, I added to it, what I mean? It was £28.50. So the thing I got was £8.60. So that was 38. I mean, it's simple, basic maths. And the one was arguing me saying, that's £41 something. I said, how the fuck are you getting £41 something? I says, that's 20, that's 10, and that's £8.60. Add that, I says, add that together. And she's like, but the machine is saying £41. I said, don't give a fuck what the machine says. That cost €20. That cost €10. And that cost £8.60. She said, add it all up. It's simple fucking maths, I said to her. And she 3 times she said, kept on pointing at the machine saying, well, the machine says £41 fucking something. And I kept saying, I turned around to a fella behind me and says, man, is it basic maths or what? He says, yeah, man, sorry, love, it's £38 fucking 60. And she just, she wouldn't get it. And then she says, right, I'm going to put it all through again. She says, that'll be £38 60. I said, I fucking told you that. Do you know what I'm saying? This, and she was Indian. She was an Indian girl. And that's the problem, man. It's that communication.
Gosh, you said that you're gone about 4 or 5 times. You find it hard to leave.
Take care, Stacey. Big tips, shoes, knickers. I joined that club. What's that?
Fuck knows. Like, think this heat is getting to people.
You've added the tricolour to the boat on the bonfire. No way,
But you know
Paddy.
what? You can't complain with this bit of fucking heat. This time last year, it was pissing. Remember, I wouldn't stop just on and off the whole fucking summer.
But there you go, Giddy. She's gone up there to the loyalists, you know what I mean, supporting them, and they're up there burning their flag.
Who is?
That's what, just read what Paddy says there. Paddy Mac 5 there, see in the comments. They've added the tricolour to the boat on their bumper.
The bonfire.
Well, if they did, they were warned, they were told. Do you know what I mean?
That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. They couldn't give two fucks about us.
No.
It's, you know what? England's on the brink of falling. They have nowhere to go. Now they're trying to integrate.
Yeah, it's too late
Like
for them.
I did talk to a girl earlier on who is she's obviously a lefty, you know, Palestinian like supporter, but she was saying that like this on TikTok, she was saying that she was brought up to be a loyalist, and when she got old enough to actually understand what the fuck was going on, you know, she got away from it. She changed her faith the whole lot.
Yeah,
She
I
got
know,
away from it.
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
Were you listening to it earlier?
No, we talked about it before that.
No, I was joking, being sarcastic, saying your PSNI. Do you know what I mean? You know, fucking as you do with the lefties, just messing with them. And she went up her head over it. What she did, she came in and explained like what she went through as a kid growing up, and she was brought up to be a staunch like fucking loyalist. And then as she got older, she started realizing like this is not fucking England, this is Ireland. You know, she changed her whole way. You know, she became a lefty. You know, she could have been better and became a fucking right winger.
I think a lot of fucking people are mixed up at the moment.
It is though, like, but your man that come up earlier on onto the live as well, your man Rooney, like the things he was saying about the divide, about the way the divide works, you know, like it was all accurate. He was 100% on what he was fucking saying. Like, basically, you have people fighting in different factions throughout the fucking world, and
KO,
that stops the
you
people.
want
That stops the people
KO,
from actually copping on and realizing.
KO, you want the tip. If it does snow, which I very think it will, very unlikely not snow, but if it does snow, don't eat yellow snow.
No, she's talking the big tips.
All right, I just thought, what you call it? You wanted a tip. Don't eat yellow snow. It's a very good tip.
That's why when you see Davina saying Hugh is big tips.
Right. You knickers.
He was on TV and it was the tricolour on bonfire video. There you go. And then Michelle's bringing these people down to say, look, we want support down here.
They never will. They never will. They never will. I keep on saying this. They never will. I'll never do it anyway. And I know a lot of
We
other
should be
people
getting out
won't.
to our own communities, man.
Their allegiance does not lie with the Irish people. Yeah, they
Okay.
recognise Ireland for what it is, but they want Ireland to be part of the UK.
Every ends up.
You know, that's what they recognise, and that's what we don't want.
Yeah, now through Ireland, yeah. Unity
Unity
with
with
Ireland.
loyalists, not a fucking hope in hell through Ireland. It's not going to happen.
Sure,
Never
through
will.
Ireland, when I was standing
No,
there the other day at the protest,
they've done too fucking much. Come here, like the lefties all go on about the Nazis, right? About World War II. And they call everybody around it, like that name. But yeah, like when it comes to like fucking, I actually said this earlier, didn't I? Like the Ukrainians are Nazis. They support the Ukrainians, but yet they want the Jews, who the Nazis was against in World War II. They want them now unalived in the Middle East. So who is the fascists? Who is the Nazis? Who is it the left? Because I need this explained to me. Something's not right. No, nobody.
No,
I was
just
just
think
reading
about
what Davina was saying there. I should start the GoFundMe for
we
selling ice
want my
cubes to
take on it.
Eskimos, saying the ice caps are melting.
No, we want my take on that, Boots, yeah. The so-called freedom fighters, yeah. They went and took the silver, yeah. Stayed quiet and hid away under a rock. Don't give a fuck about the country now because they all got paid. The loyalists, as we say, they didn't get nothing, and the English government gave them nothing. So now they're
Okay,
looking
here's
for
the
something.
thing. The German army wanted to take complete control. So guess what they didn't want either? Borders.
Fine.
Borders. If they were in control of everything, it would have been opened up. You know, there would have been one big fucking, like Germania or something, I think was the name of when they were running things back in the day.
That's right, a
You
big
know, you go back
Germania,
maybe a couple
right.
of thousand years ago.
Yeah, that's right.
I think the Romans fucking toppled them.
Both full of refugees. And well, I'll tell you something for nothing. If they went and burned a tricolour up there tonight, is it
Yeah,
tonight?
you know what?
Is it?
KO
Yeah,
just hit the nail on the head there. Look at that one, that comment. Never once did I hear anyone calling our flag burning racist, but a boat full of darkies. And they're up in arms over it. Excuse the pun.
It is. That is actually quite mad. Just to let you all know, guys, in 10 minutes, the podcast will be over. Unless anybody wants to stay on for longer, it's up to them. But yeah, we were
maybe
only
where
supposed to
people
stay.
say that, but I'm just so used to being on TikTok. When I was on TikTok down lives, I used to say on the lives, because everybody was saying it on that because you were getting banned. If you said the word
Yeah, it was,
killed, you were getting banned.
I know the crazy things. What did they call it? Like a flock of crows?
What?
Don't
They
know.
call it a murder, don't they? It's a murder.
But, oh, that's
When
right. It is,
all
isn't
the
it? Yeah.
birds get together.
I'm on a roll.
Well, I don't know what
That's
else to
social
say.
media for you, Paul. You know what I mean? You can't speak what you want to say. You can't talk about what you want to talk about.
Yeah, but they say that they're not censoring anybody, but they are. They're taking our freedom of speech away slowly, inch by inch by inch by inch. But none of us have to know how to fight back against it. That's the catch. And they know it because there's so many different things that you can do.
Or people are now
Well,
people are now people are now
at the
getting
end of the
arrested for what they've said online over the last couple of years. So people are now are getting their houses kicked in. Right? You know what I mean? It's coming down to that. I'm expecting one of these days, man. They're going to come in my door anytime. Oh,
What
I'll
the
just
fuck
carry
is
on
that
what I'm doing.
noise? What's that noise? What's that noise?
You know?
Oh, that's the end music in there.
Was that the fucking the what?
Spanish police song.
Boots is losing the plot.
They were told to move the boat that they had to cycle and then we moved it. So they actually didn't, simple, they actually didn't burn, but they still had that. Somebody put it up there. Somebody had that attention, putting it up there. That's the problem. This is why I said, my dad would turn his grave if I ever supported the loyalists. And then the other day I was standing in town and Michelle King goes, I'd like to invite Freedom Dad up. And man, I was fucking standing beside him. I didn't even know I was standing beside the chap. Didn't know who he was. Some fella in blue. next man, he stands up and says, I'm a citizen journalist of Northern Ireland, or whatever he was explaining it all. And I was like, then he stood back beside me and I ended up walking away, I ended up going across to the side and stood beside the speaker instead.
With that camera.
I can't stand with that. I can't. I mean, I think there was only two of them there, but I couldn't stand with them. And then now people are going by. I'm not going to mention names, but people are going by. The Irish songs were playing. Where no, that song, get out with the soldier. Know that tune? Get out with the soldier. Get out.
Yeah.
Go on home. That tune was playing, and people are going by these two and going, "Get out with the soldier. Go on home." No, that kind of singing to them to try piss them off. That's why.
Well, Paddy McFive,
I don't think they'd ever get proper
the point
support down
is,
here.
they actually put the flag up there, so they promised that they wouldn't, and that they're going to fucking up the whole thing for themselves now because, well, not that they fucked up, Martin, really, they didn't get anywhere in anyway. They weren't going to get anywhere in anyway, to be fair. But at the same time, we knew that they'd put the Irish flag up. We knew that they'd still burn it, and I'd say there's plenty of people up there that are throwing it on the ground and dancing on it and pouring petrol on it, and anyway, so we're not stupid, you know. They have their own jokes about it in their own little pubs and their own little bars up there about us and think that we're all fucking stupid, but we're not. Never ever stand with loyalists,
Well,
ever.
that
Nice
person
man,
that
though.
was
I didn't
saying,
know it was on the 12th.
that person that was saying earlier on that the water loyalists grown up and they changed everything about them. They said they've even heard it up there that they're saying that they're using the people down here. Now, whether she was just spreading something to try start something, I don't know. So take that with a pinch of salt.
Trying to get the people to come out of retirement.
Well, fucking turn people on people, basically.
But they weren't
Leftists
doing
trying to
much
get.
about it. They weren't really doing much about what was going on there only recently. So they've seen what's been going on in the south for the last how many 2 years at least. Strong
Exactly,
fold, like
later.
people are getting out in the streets, and they're probably watching all those videos and seeing we probably need this sort of support. And then they're probably going to use the south to help them. We're not there to help them, and we're there to
That's what
sort
I'm
out our
saying.
own country.
That's what I was saying there earlier, Mousy, is that England's on the brink of going under Islamic rule. And if that happens, they have nobody to turn to.
Yeah,
Ireland have to cut its
very
ties
human.
with it completely, wouldn't it?
If that ever happens, it goes
Yeah,
under
the way
the ground, man. It's going to
Mihal
come
is
here.
going over here, they're fucking Simon.
No, we cut our ties off completely. That's what
Well,
we
we
fight
did in
for. That's what we
1939.
stand
Was
for.
it 1939, was it? Is when De Valera said the fucking the Republic. Actually, we became a republic.
Hold on, Big Tip Lover. Anthony Casey is starting to look like a Billy King rat. Right. I don't know where you're getting that from. We've actually had him up on here. You'd have to tell
I
him what
don't,
the
I
call
don't
Anthony
mean
is.
anything bad.
Casey.
It's just
No,
I
Anthony's. I
couldn't.
actually met him at the thing and all. Anthony's actually all right.
Our people are being British intelligence. A lot of these even iPad centres are being run by British security.
We cut them out, didn't we? Just to let you know, guys, 3 minutes and the podcast will be ending.
Wait, just wait a minute. I'm just wait 3 minutes.
Because it'll be half past. If you didn't know it was there, Mouty, the time up in the left hand corner.
I'm just looking at how much the live has been on. 2 minutes, 2
2
hours,
hours,
14
2
minutes.
hours. Yeah.
Josh's fingers is the same. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's going to happen. Whatever happens in the UK, man, it usually happens here. So if they go under Islamic rule, I think it's going to happen here in Ireland as well over time.
So, Ireland, ever what we finish with, we'll pick up with. next week, like we said, we're going to be on about 4 times next week within that week, about 7 o'clock in the evening. And we'll be bringing it to you, everything that's going on, regards to what's going on across Ireland and Dublin and everything else. So stay tuned. Come in next
Never,
week.
yeah.
Just an
Never
hour.
every day,
Yeah.
Every time you go live. Yeah.
Sometimes it might just be myself and Mousy. Sometimes it might be Boots on his own. Boots likes to talk on his own a lot.
Yeah, we're
Huh?
doing it.
No, you're going to be doing it live on your own. He's going to be doing the actual news live for you, reading out the news for you during the week next week. Doesn't know it yet, but he is.
Take care, Bridget.
Now, on that note, guys,
Yeah. We'll cut off
I'm
here.
going to talk to you all next week. Hope you all come back in next week. And yeah, it'll be a little tiny bit of change, a little switch around on what's going on. Like I say, we'll
Monday,
be
is it? Monday
talking
at
about
7.
what's going on. Somebody mentioned the porn star. What's this? I like that. What's this? It's like a
What?
70s porn star. Big Tips is talking about 70s porn stars. Hardy Bushes and all that.
The 70 sideburns.
70s sideburns down the side of their legs, yeah.
Yeah. Down near the 70 sideburns.
Fucking tangled hair.
Take care, lady bear.
Good night,
Take
lady.
care, to word.
Take care, everybody. Thanks for coming in.
Good
Take care of
night.
yourself. Spanish chicken.
Take care, love.
Paddy. Sean. Jerry.
Hardy Bushes.
Jordan. Davina, take care of yourself and KO. Ulrich. See you there. Sal.
Good night, ladies
She's
and
all money
gentlemen.
on this one. Yeah, she's on Saturday on Mousie's channel. Might be in town tomorrow, I don't know, but definitely on Saturday being there for the protest.
And
She's
on
all
Monday,
take care of
we'll be
yourselves.
live. At 7 o'clock on Monday, we'll be live. 7 o'clock
Yeah.
Monday evening, we'll be live for 1 hour. We'll be talking about the goings on in Ireland and maybe some other things that might happen up until then. We'll leave that with you, guys, and good night.
We'll be talking about Tuesday. Tuesday is the camping out. Tuesday and Wednesday.
Shit, I must be
So
going out. I don't know what I've done.
you're still there, yeah? You can hear you.
Yeah, I just
Right.
disappeared. Haven't
Right, lads, take care of yourselves, yeah? See you all there.
Be good.
See you there, Boots.
Goodbye.
Good night.
Yeah,
Take care. God bless.
See you there, yeah.
See you on the other side, guys. I'm going to give you a bell.